Welcome to a special Sabbath Sunday rock and roll as we go. Gonna have to close the backpack and we're gonna have to tango, rock and roll as we go. Let's go for that special overtime every time. Please give to charity millionaires, billionaires, NFL, National Football League, NHL, National Hockey League, NBA, MLB. We're gonna rock and roll tango and go have a little bit of that workout, stretch and exercise. It's always good to get some exercise for the body. And we're gonna cross it on there, and we're gonna go to get some of that loving. I got kisses for all those who will to have some kisses. I got for the kisses, and hugs, and we're gonna go all the way to the top to kiss. The sun, by the sun, kisses I got by the trees, beans, please give to charity. And if I can do some justice to anybody, it is by some action on the table, kisses by the trees, laying the foundation for the first kingdom with kisses, first kisses, and then hugs and tickles and some rock and roll with it here from Concordia. We're gonna go from the Research Center for Structural Functional Genomics. We're gonna go towards the sun and be grateful, thankful that my rent's paid, electricity bills paid, got food and coffee. And please give to charity millionaires, billionaires. And we're on these steps now and working with a laptop, financially stressed, but gotta be grateful, and I'm gonna go get circumvention, and I need to get hydration because the hydro faucet, the faucet didn't work properly. The faucet was closed, so I gotta meditate on the public workers, farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, and of course those who are gonna fix it and how it's gonna be fixed, because I know my geopolitics, dancing, fitness, but in terms of some things I don't know. I do know that civilization is a privilege, and it takes a lot of underground work to do, and to get it on the go with that, and to get it on the go, and always meditating about the truckers on the road now, the butchers, the bakers, the nurses, those in the daycares, where today is Sunday before Thanksgiving here in Canada, and true north, strong and free, with needs to ask from liberty, prosperity, security, and justice. Justice wins by action. So being an aspie, being neurodivergent, suffer, struggle with a lot of things, survive being depressed and suicidal, and I always gotta get that meditation for the XYZ and for the love, and sometimes gotta get that loving I got. I will to be loved, and although financially stressed, I gotta be grateful, thankful. My rent's paid, electricity bill's paid, and I got food and coffee, and I'm gonna get on the go for the farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, and those five balloons there, getting on the 5 balloons, and gotta get it on the go, and always meditating about civilization and looking a bit about public hygiene and cleanliness. And here I gotta turn my head before I cross, because of course sometimes it's gonna get it before I cross the street, sometimes gotta get before I cross the street, Gotta cross the street in a way which is prudent, because you never know. The brakes might malfunction, So the brakes might malfunction, and the citizen might press the accelerator instead of the brake. So that's also an opportunity to get it, and to get a little bit of XYZ, and to do some kindness, whether washing feet, massages, kissing, just ask. If somebody needs that, I can put that on the table. Massages, kissing and washing, compassion by action, action and loving kindness. That's maybe due to Asperger's. It's not, we do not necessarily verbally console, but we put on the table action, and action has been required in my own healing and understanding, and gotta get some love to get it on that loving, and gotta be careful here with the streets, and gotta be careful with the streets here to get it on the go, and get it on the now to kiss, and gotta be watching for the cars to cross, and watching for the safety, because sometimes the cars cross here, and it's gotta be for that public works, and that's what it is with that. And I could do some action with kindness and with love, and with whatever is required to get it on that action, and we got to get it for that action to be, and to love and to have a little bit of harmony and peace and together with the XYZ, and that's what it is with the doing on the doing part, and it always requires something that we think in terms of being of help where we can, and that's Asperger's for you, being high functioning autism, HFA, high functioning autism, being an ASPE, that's why we need to show compassion by action, by a certain compassion by action, and that's how we roll. And a lot of people confuse Asperger's with not having compassion or empathy. It's not that, it's that we show it by concrete actions, If we can do something, massages, kissing, feet washing, and all that. Money, I'm financially stressed, but money is to buy, sell, to buy, sell, to buy, sell, to buy, sell. But, money has a function, and that is the function of money. Sometimes it's a lot of misunderstanding, but basically money is a unit of exchange, and I believe my DRT theory is the best now as we move towards the sun, and we got to get some healing. I was depressed, I was suicidal 7 years ago, cross Canada, coast to coast. 7 years ago, that event made me come out of being depressed and suicidal. That event made me come out of being depressed and suicidal, and gotta get it for those. That event in my life turned my whole life around, and 5 years ago I actually predicted the international conflagration which is unfolding now. The international conflagration in a general manner, That's what it is. Oh, the devil died. That's funny. So, in a general manner, I predicted an international conflagration and survived COVID, Survived COVID. COVID for me was like death, pestilence, and disease. Death, pestilence, and disease, like death, pestilence, and disease. Like death, pestilence, and disease. Like death, pestilence, and disease. I know it sounds like a hardcore metal dark song when I say that, but that's how COVID felt for me in 2020, March, February when I had it. Of course, it's going to be more than 5. It's going to be 5 years in 5 months. It's going to be 5 years in 5 months. In 5 months, it's going to be 5 years. So since then, I live at carpe diem, and that's what it is. If I can do something with that, then I will do it. Massages, kisses, whatever the case may be, I could do, Play that Rainbow Dragon 24/7. Just ask policy. Just ask. And I am financially stressed, open for business with Asperger's, HFA. Some people use HFA, high functioning autism, aka Asperger's. Some people use it interjectionally. Some people object to the use of either or, but it doesn't take from the fact that it's of course the same symptoms, So the same symptoms, whether you call it HFA or Asperger's, of course it is the same symptom, The same symptoms. Basically, I repeat things twice, 3 times, twice, 3 times, twice, 3 times, and that's it. That's all for the rock and roll. So twice, 3 times, twice, 3 times, twice, 3 times. Or we have echolalia, which is of course repeating the sentence or the phrase with somebody might utters, and of course we have obsessive interest, my trinity being geopolitics 24/7. Sports, dancing is my favorite sport, and of course sports, dancing is my favorite sport, and of course dancing is my favorite sport, and the youth are happy, I'm happy. Dancing is my favorite sport, geopolitics, and rock and roll for the farmers, for the youth, for the lovers. They're happy, I'm happy, man. They're happy, I'm happy. The youth are happy, the youth are happy, I'm happy. That's what matters, Gotta get the youth, and the youth, that's important for me, The youth, the felicity, the joy, and the health of the youth, that's primary for me, If I can laugh at me, I give permission, I know I'm strange, weird habits, but if I bring joy and laughter, I guess that's better, That's better. And I can do it on the XYZ, Play that rainbow, and love the youth, and here for the kingdom, got your back coast to coast. I know North America, Canada, Quebec, Montreal, the island, with retrograde amnesia, retrograde amnesia, retrograde amnesia, retrograde amnesia. That's it, man. Retrograde amnesia, and I remember being a blackout. Remember, I lived trauma. I was surprised attacked. I was surprised attacked a few years ago. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for the I'm waiting for the I'm waiting for the papers from the hospital on that. So that's why I'm very hyper vigilant, very hyper vigilant, very hyper vigilant, very hyper vigilant. I am hyper vigilant in those matters. So that's what I have, that hyper vigilance, and it's always being on the hyper vigilant for the condition which I always have. Maybe that's why I was attacked. Being an ass people, it's misunderstood, and some people say that it's a next step in the evolutionary process of mankind. Now, I don't know about that, because there was a BBC, not to be confused with the porn acronym, BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation, British Broadcasting Corporation, British Broadcasting Corporation, but that is of course what it was. And I stopped watching porn 3 years ago. I'm going to celebrate 3 years and marking 5 years since, of course, I predicted an international conflagration, and I believe my theories, propositions are best. I'm about to hydrate and be grateful, thankful, just civilization is a privilege, having running water. Imagine the workers of the 20th century now in the 21st, just to have this running water now. So it's all that privilege which we have, metal and steel, steel and metal, and we gotta get it for that goal. We gotta go, let's go hydrate, HYD, give to charity. NFL, National Football League, NHL, National Hockey League, NBA, National Basketball Association, MLB. Give a little bit of that charity, please. Let's go rock and roll. Hot, hot, hot. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that was good. I'm gonna also drink all of this and fill it up. Oh yeah. Thank you, farmers. Thinking about the farmers, the doctors, the nurses, the butchers, the butchers, the butchers, the butchers, the butchers, the bakers, the doctors, the grocery store clerks, those in the daycares, those, of course, now on the road, public workers, changing the aqueducts, changing the sewers. As a matter of fact, we're gonna go take a look, because there's big machines and there's work being done now and across North America. Football. Please reduce the cost by 44.9%. I estimate the cost needs to be reduced for the majority of the population by 44.9%. And please, 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 NFL, National Football League, NHL, National Hockey League, NBA, National Basketball Association, MLB, please reduce the tickets cost by 44% and give free tickets to those who pick up the garbage, the compost, their athletes also. They got those three services in my neighborhood. Got to picking up the compost, they pick up the recycling, pick up the compost, the recycling. It's 316, 316, 316, and you see that's another ASPE symptoms. I was focused and I tend to stare at things or at objects, so I got to work on my symptoms again, because there's no medication for Asperger's, also known as HFA. It's just being mindful that I'm neurodivergent and I'm different, and that's what it is with that. So I also got to be prudent and cautious, and I'm hyper vigilant and certain. But I played that defense because I've been working out, training, exercising since I got out of being depressed and suicidal in 2017, and in 2019 I created my own workout training program system, which is efficient, effective, and simple to do, although it requires some energy and strength and of course vigor to do it. But I predicted, because I'm an independent geopolitical analyst and theorist, and I predicted what's happening now across the world in a general manner. So again, please, NFL, National Football League, NHL, NBA, give to the tickets to the public workers. Free 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 tickets to the public workers. Please give free tickets to the public workers. Free tickets to the public workers. I don't know, there's the number 5 there in something white, but no, number 5. When somebody wrote number 5 with the white foam, I don't know. Whatever. Be careful not to slip. And I was gonna say that some citizen might slip on that, so I was assessing, of course, terms of security, for whatever case, the young and the old alike, Anyway, so there's venues, to express, or expression. Aggression needs to be channeled, sexuality as well. And God is God, God is God is God is God knows that I have a weird, awkward sexuality, and I discuss it online on YouTube. It's love my rainbow. I'm androgynous. Get that 50-50. I'm, you know, sir, madam, sir, get that 50-50. I am androgynous, pansexual, likes BDSM switch. A centrist though. I'm a pro-labor, love revolutionary centrism. My centrism is tied hand in hand with my trinity of theories: the CIT citizen integration theory, DRT detrofusion theory, and the democratic fusion theory. And here's somebody wearing that red over there, that red. We gotta get it for the workers. And you see here, all the workers, all the labor, gotta salute. Public workers who build in the 20th century until today, that's why I got running water. All the workers, all the labor done over there. Underneath, somebody gotta love them, please. NFL, National Football League, NHL, National Hockey League, NBA, National Basketball Association, MLB. Give them some tickets to the workers who pick up the garbage, pick up the recycling, the compost. Give them some free tickets, across North America as North American Collective Workers Party, North Americans Unite. And I always got to be meditating about the performance machine and the sun, my pope, the king shining even degrees. We got to get that left and right. And my brothers and sisters in the 21st century, I believe my centrism based on public-private partnership initiatives, is best. And gratitude is great for mental health and joy and fitness. I am calling for the mass financing of fitness, but just meditate upon public works, just the aqueducts, all the underneath the big city metropolis of Montreal. 2.5 million people just to have running water, and go Hydro-Quebec go to have electricity, you know, to have electricity. All the hydroelectric dams which were built in the 20th century just to have electricity, 63 of them, we need to build more. I'm doing this video with clean zero emission energy here. We got that Hydro-Quebec going. I'm always a fan of construction workers, butchers, bakers, nurses, and they're about to change here, and that's what money is. Money is an enabler to us to do. I believe the creation of the universal exchange by the implementation of my DRT, detrofusion theory, is best. Or at least where we are now in the North American Collective Complex. And see that big machine? Let's see where it is, what it says. Komatsu, that's a Komatsu. I believe that's from Japan. And the other one's Volvo. And I always look at, sometimes at Aspies, we have obsessive interests. And we also have things we're obsessed about, certain details which for certain people, majority of the population, are neurotypicals compared to us neurodivergence, because Asperger's, it's about 0.44% of the population, only estimated is 0.44 in 2015, only 0.44%, so less than 1%, so less than 1 out of 300 is HFA, high functioning autistic, or Asperger's, so you look at this and you check I looked at the numbers, so I was wondering what those little numbers were and if they serve any purpose, or if it's for classifications or for whatever reason is. So we have those little things, little quirks, which are kind of a bit on the weird side. But me, my obsessive interest is geopolitics. So I wake up for years and years and years, and I am an independent geopolitical theoretical analyst who has predicted the current international conflagration back, of course, in 2019, marking 5 years, and I have the proof. Because I have that video, which of course dates from 2019 October, where I proclaimed I created a workout training program system to go parallel with a situation as we're living today. A World War III, perhaps. An international conflagration. That's what I predicted back in 2019, but my protocols initiatives are for the collective North American complex, for the North American civilizational complex. So we gotta turn our head left and right before we cross the street, because you never know, what if the brakes malfunction? The brakes potentially can malfunction, and if they do, or the citizen presses the accelerator, we gotta be aware of that. And now I cross, of course, the railroads, so I gotta meditate, of course, on the railroad construction when they were built, and the railroad, the train conductors on the trains, I gotta be thinking about them, sending them some LOV, love to the firefighters, love to the butchers, love to the bakers, love to the nurses, love to the cashier workers, warehouse workers, grocery store clerks. It's not all about Wall Street, it's not all about millionaires and millionaires, players, and I gotta get that LOV for that, and I always gotta get down that meditation for the love, and always gotta get on that meditation for the love with that, and that's what it is for that. And I gotta get on that love, so it's always good for LOV, you know. LOV is good. Love by action, you know. Sometimes you gotta get that love by action. You gotta get the LOV. LOV by action. I'm just gonna cross there to put something on the garbage. Put something in the garbage. And then we're gonna go by here. So anyways, it's 3:23. We're gonna do a little bit of roundabout here, and gonna check it out a bit. On the DRT, we're gonna discuss the DRT. We're gonna go maybe throw a little bit of a up and down, do some squats, do a little bit of boxing, and then I gotta head back. I guess I'm gonna go to roundabout here a bit, Montreal West, you know, exploring on the explorer. Well, I know the neighborhood because I know Montreal. I'm in Montreal, but nonetheless, of course, and always grateful, thankful, and gotta get that meditation, and I always gotta get some of that good loving, and I always like to sing a little bit of that rock and roll. So we're gonna go a little bit of rock and roll now. Rock and roll for the farmers. Hey, those chop, 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 those potatoes. That's Thanksgiving. I'm grateful I got some turkey and these flowers. I'm in the wild and the sun shining, you know it. I'm an ass but I sing it. Rock and roll for you to bling it. If I ain't got no money for the guitar, my friend want my money, cause I don't mean no money. He's also about some loving. Ain't all about that fighting. It ain't all about fight. He's gotta be some love. Gotta be it for yourself. You gotta be some love for yourself up in the doves. For your love up in the love. For your love up in the blood. So you see up in the sea. So you see the eye you see. Gotta give me some justice with some kisses and no trouble. I'm perfect, got redemption for that criminal redemption. Now gotta reconciliation, and Papa Crowley's birthday yesterday, and we gotta get it for that DRT, you know what I mean? And cakes of light everywhere here on the island metropolis, 2.5 million people. I said there's cakes of light from the sun. That's new mystery revealed, and cakes of light, man. Cakes of light, Thelemites know. Cakes of light everywhere. You don't need to cook. Cakes of light coming from the sun, and you don't need, because it's of course from the sky, and you get it of course every time. Cakes of light everywhere, man. We gotta get it on that drill. You know. So it's the sun shining, and you gotta get it for that. Hey, I gotta salute, man. Farmers, NORAD NATO, you know, I was born in the USA 3 times, once as a woman, twice as a man, and both times served in the United States Army. Look at that lion there. Look at that lion. It needs a little bit of color, needs a little bit of sunlight. Put it in the sun, you know. And of course, for the North American rehabilitation, we gotta get it for that X, and gotta get it for that Y, and that's what it is here. And we gotta get it for that dude. Man. We gotta get it for that now, and gotta think for the butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks. I always gotta thinking about them, how that goes, and always meditating. And again, I was born in the USA 3 times. Once as a man, twice as a man, once as a woman, both times as a man. Served in 2 different wars, the same army, U.S. Army. It's 156 years apart. 156 years apart. I served in 2 different wars in the USA, and was born a man and woman. Sometimes here, served in the SPVM in a few years, like 45 months, with met Louis Cyr and the RCMP, and I was born a woman, serving the Coureur de Bois, you know, and a woman priestess. You get that Freighter Soeur now, you get that half, 50-50 Rainbow Dragoness priestess, Hana, HNNAH, Adrian Hana Dragon Rebirth. Gotta get that money to change my name officially, and, you know, not perfect, far from it. Gotta tango, Rambo in the sun, and firefighters, butchers, bakers, nurses, Dow. Gotta sing a little bit of that rock and roll for them, and always gotta get it for the mountain, my second home. Probably gonna go that tomorrow, and I love me some of those beautiful flowers over there. I don't know how visible because I'm working with a laptop, but you know, I love me some of those flowers. Oh yeah, these are gorgeous also. I love those. These are gorgeous. There's a football there, and oh, somebody gonna give that Halloween candy. Please reduce the costs. I've been calling for years now for cost of reduction of the Halloween candy. As you see, you got that big pumpkin there, so it's always fun for the children. I always like it when I see decorations and Halloween decorations and children having fun, exercising. Super important for children and youth to encourage them to exercise. You see them do a push-up, let them do my workout training program system. Time for the mass financing of my program system, and now I'm going to discuss the DRT, debt refusion theory. Super important that I discuss it now fully. So what is the DRT? The DRT stands for D for debt, R for refusion, T for theory. My theory is the only solution to where we are now with the public finances, due to the fact that we pay 46.5 billion in interest. 46.5 billion in interest. 46.5 billion in interest. That's a billion has 9 zeros. So that is for the equivalent of 46,000 million. 46,000 million. That's just servicing the debt. That's just debt servicing. In other words, that is how much interest we pay on the public debt of Canada. We have arrived to pay 46.5 billion. This is not sustainable. It's catastrophic and emergency. And in 2020-2021 fiscal year, it was 20.3 billion. So it more than doubled, because 20.3 times 2 would have been 40.6. So now it's 46.5 billion. So there's no other way but the DRT theory. Debt refusion theory, the DRT. Debt refusion theory for the creation of the UE, for the creation of the UE, for the creation of the UE. So that's what it is. We gotta do it, and we gotta implement it across. Even the Crow said, yes, 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 pledge your allegiance, allegiance, friends with benefits only, Dart family, pledge your allegiance, allegiance, Canada, coast to coast, North Americans unite. The DRT has to be implemented. That is the DRT, debt refusion theory for the creation of the UE, for the creation of the UE. So here it is. We're going to take all the public and the private debt. We're going to take all the public and the private debt. All the public and the private debt. Keep in mind that my DRT theory stands for D for debt, R refusion, T for theory. It also includes monetary integration theory. Monetary integration theory is exactly the theory which was implemented in, of course, the European Union. The Germans got rid of the Deutschmark. The Italians got rid of their lira, the central bank. And of course the French got rid of a franc, Got rid of a franc. And I love it as senior citizens make me a smile there, and I always meditate upon what they worked in, and gotta love our senior citizens. Imagine all the dams, hydroelectric dams, all the highways, all the infrastructure, all the farms they built in the 20th century. We take for granted, but it's thanks to them. And I had the privilege to work in a CHSLD during COVID, but of course it was a few weeks, a few months, but I really loved it, and I think I did a little bit of that improvement with that. And that's the thing with us Aspies. We try to improve where we can, and we have to be told, directly some things, and that whether to stop talking about a certain subject, whether we get too close in comfort. Aspies, people at HFA, we have to be told more directly. We do not fully integrate with the normal social behavior and protocols in society and gossip and stuff like that. We don't understand the use of it, and we tend to discuss more ideas and solutions, what we can bring to the table, what we can exchange, trade, or in terms of pleasure, purpose, pleasure and purpose, pleasure and purpose. And that's the neurodivergent condition. Is not a mental illness. It's a neurological, mental, psychic divergent condition. It's not a mental illness. There's no medication for HFA, high functioning autism, or Asperger's, and there's no medication. You just gotta live with the symptoms, Live with the symptoms. Live with the symptoms. Live with the symptoms, So that's what it is with that. That's what it is with that. That's what it is with that, So HFA, 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 HFA. That's what it is. Nova Scotia, Canada's ocean playground. Canada's ocean playground. Nova Scotia. Wow, Canada's ocean playground. That's cool. Nova Scotia. I remember what happened in Nova Scotia. That event, 2017, made me come out of being depressed and suicidal. And Nova Scotia was really great. I went to Pevigis Cove. Halifax was great. People were great. I had a great time there. so friendly, my family. That's when I established a super strong esprit de corps, my fellow Canadians here in the True North, strong and free. We gotta add, of course, a little bit of liberty, a little bit of lovingly, a little bit of prosperity with justice with that, you know, a little bit of justice and prosperity with that, a little bit of justice and a little bit of justice and playing with that, a little bit of justice and playing with that, a little bit of justice and playing with that, a little bit of justice and playing with that, you know. So that's what I gotta do with that. The DRT is the only solution. The DRT is the only solution. The D, debt, R, refusion, T theory, the debt refusion theory for the creation of the UE, the universal, the universal exchange in it. The universal exchange, that is the only solution, of course. The DRT debt refusion theory, we have arrived of paying 46.5 billion in interest. 46.5 billion in interest, 46.5 billion in interest, that's 46,000 million. That's went from 20.3, that's times 2, 20.3 is 40.6. So now it's 46.5 billion paying the interest. Debt, interest on the debt. There's no way that that is actually sustainable. We cannot sustain that for now. We got to implement the DRT, the debt refusion theory. DRT, the debt refusion theory is the only solution for its implementation now, where we are, you know. So this is what it is. And again, with my DRT, debt refusion theory, T, debt, R, refusion, T theory, contains monetary integration theory. Monetary integration theory is exactly what was done in the European Union. Is exactly what was done in the European Union. Exactly what was done in the European Union. So the Europeans, the Germans got rid of the German central bank. They destroyed the German Deutsche Mark. The Italians got rid of the lira. The French similarly. And yeah, you know that I love my yellow flowers. You know that I love my yellow flowers. So my DRT theory contains monetary integration theory, which is the theory which was implemented in the European Union. So that's it for that. So my DRT theory is the only solution, as much as you can argue only one. So this is what it is. We're going to take all the public and the private debt. My 10,000 to the RBC, your 10,000 to the RBC, my 10,000, all the debt, public and private, all the debt, public and private. So all the debt, public and private, we're going to take it and we're going to convert it to the US dollar, because the United States dollar still is the currency of choice for world trade, international business, global finance, import, export, and tourism, and international affairs. So all the public private debt of Canada, my 10,000 to the RBC included, we're going to convert it into US dollar, into US dollar, into US dollar, into US dollar. So all the debt into US dollars, into US dollars, into United States dollars, into United States dollars, into US dollars. All that conversion, all the debt, public and private, we're going to convert it into US dollars, into US dollars. Okay? So all the public and the private debt, we're going to convert it to US dollars. All the debt. My 10,000 included. So all the debt, we're going to convert it to US dollars. My 10,000 included. So all the debt, we're going to convert it. Coast to coast, coast to coast. All the public and private debt. That money, of course, Canada first, United States second, then Haiti, Jamaica, Cuba. Cuba is a paradox, but those are part of the North American civilizational complex, what I call the collective North American civilizational complex, or North America. So we're going to take all that, all the public and the private debt. We're going to take all the public and the private debt, all the public and the private debt. So we're going to take all the public and the private debt. So all that debt, we're going to convert it to US dollars, right? We're going to convert it to US dollars. So all that debt, we're going to convert it to United States dollars, because the currency is number one. So all the public private debt, convert it to US dollars. Convert it to US dollars. We're going to add it all up. And all that debt added with the U.S. public-private debt, and in other countries it can even be transnational, NORAD, NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. It could be with them all, you know, with all of them. It could be with all of them, all the debt, public and private. So all that debt is going to create a new currency. All the debt, public and private, converted to the US dollar, is going to create a new currency. That currency is going to be called the UE. U dot universal E dot exchange unit. The UE, the UE, the UE. U dot universal E dot exchange unit. The UE. UE. The UE, the universal exchange unit. U dot universal E dot exchange U dot universal exchange unit. The universal exchange unit, the universal exchange unit. The U dot universal U dot E dot exchange unit. The universal exchange unit, based on biometrics, the universal exchange is going to be exactly the value of the US dollar. Exactly the value of the US dollar. Exactly the value of the US dollar, right? Exactly the value of the US dollar. So that's going to be the UE. That is the solution, brothers and sisters. Today, October 13th, as I go on the march, there's no other solution but the DRT. The DRT for the creation of the UE. The DRT for the creation of the UE. That's what it is, the only solution. And gotta salute the train conductors, those bridges, public workers who build the bridges, and those buses. Imagine all the work, labor, brains, and muscle. And I don't know why. See? And ask me, think there's a number 5 there. See, there's a number 5 there. See, there's a number 5 there. See, there's a number 5 there. See? On that, I cannot go there, but there's a number 5. But imagine all the trains, all the brains and labor, how they were built. How they were built, all the brains and muscle, all the sweat, labor, train conductors, all the trains that they were built, all the railways. So the DRT, debt refrigeration solution. So we're gonna take all the debt, public and private debt, all the public and private debt. We're gonna take all the public and private debt, all that money, we're gonna convert it to US dollar. We're gonna add it all up, and this money is gonna be the initial money supply for a new central bank. For a new central bank, it's gonna be the initial money supply for a new central bank, right? All the debt, public and private, converted to US dollars, is gonna be the initial money supply for a new central bank. All the debt, public and private debt, is gonna be the initial money supply for a new central bank, who's gonna issue a new currency based on the value of the US dollar, called the UE. U dot universal, E dot exchange, U dot universal. Universal exchange unit. U dot universal, E dot exchange, U dot universal exchange unit. The UE, the UE, the UE. The universal exchange unit, right? The UE. Patriots are playing today. Nice smile, my fellow citizen did me a nice smile. And see, there's a number 37 and 044 on the bus. See, I'm curious about the purpose of that. So this is an Aspie thing, you know. Asperger's is the weird stuff. We have weird things. We focus on staring on certain things. And my fellow citizen who passed there, he was wearing the Patriots hats. And I always remember, because I know sports, one of my obsessive interests is sports. Dancing is my favorite sport. Dancing is my favorite sport. Dancing is my favorite sport. And he was wearing the Patriots hat. The Patriots hat. He was wearing the Patriots hat. So because he was wearing the Patriots hat, I was thinking about Tom Brady when he led for 5 rings, 5 rings, 5 rings, 5 rings, 5 rings, 5 rings with the, right? The Patriots. And then he won 2 more other rings with the 6 with the Patriots and 1 with the Buccaneers. Oh. I believe 5 with the Patriots, right? 2 with the Buccaneers. What's going on, man? Maybe. Gotta get it on that go, man, you know? So anyways, I was thinking about the statistics of Tom Brady. Please give some chat. The NFL National Football League. That's what he smiled. He let me pass because it was with the dog, and he had the Patriots hat. So I'm wondering if the Patriots are playing today, because it's that football. And I watched a little bit of college football, and I watched a little bit of the Bears highlights, because they play, so earlier and earlier. No, this is EST time here. So the DRT is the only solution. D for debt, R for refusion, T for theory. So we're gonna take all the public and the private debt, all the public and the private debt. So all the public and the private debt, we're gonna take it all. So all that debt converted to US dollars is gonna be the initial money supply for this new central bank, for this new central bank, whatever we call the central bank. It could be, of course, North American Central Bank, but we're gonna issue the UE, the Universal Exchange Unit, the Universal Exchange Unit, the Universal Exchange Unit, the UE, U dot Universal, E dot Exchange Unit, the UE. That's what we're gonna do. The Universal Exchange Unit, the Universal Exchange Unit. So the Universal Exchange Unit is gonna be, of course, the creation of the UE, the creation of the UE. The Universal Exchange Unit. The Universal Exchange Unit is going to be the creation of the UE. the UE, right? So the UE is going to be created, the universal exchange based on the value of the US dollar. All that money, the debt, public-private debt is going to be the initial money supply. We're going to set an interest rate level of 10%, 10% max. It could be 3.33, 7.18, 7.70, 6.1, 9.3, and below 10% by principal, right? It's going to be below 10%. After we implement it starts with me today, because there's no solution due to the fact that we pay 46.5 billion in interest. Just debt servicing that we pay is 46.5 billion in interest. 46.5 billion in interest. 46.5 billion in interest. You know, that's what we pay. 46.5 billion in interest. 46.5 billion in interest. That's what we pay. You know, that's the amount that we pay in interest on the debt. You know, that is what it is. And that's what we have here, and you get it for that XY debt, and that's what it is for that. And gotta circumvent by the sun, you know, and my people gotta get it for the drill and see the sun shining, a little bit of that sun shining, and that's where we gotta get it for the sun. And see that children are happy, joyous, gotta move out of the way if it's coming, because I like to give them space to the youth, and I like to give a little bit of space when they're hopping on the street. So I always gonna make a balance, because I'm in the public, and in the public, you know, I got added responsibilities, duties, and obligations going home. But I always gotta make my interjection, because now I'm in the public, so I got added responsibilities and obligations which I don't have under the normal circumstances. Under the normal circumstances, I don't have. I have them here, you know. I have them here in the Montreal, and that's what we're gonna get doing for that. And it's always something which I love to do, to make compromises for my fellow citizens, because it's not just my space. I'm in the public, and we share in the public. When I would have stayed home, I would have not have the same responsibilities, duties, and obligations in my underground lair as I do have today. Here now, marching on this Sunday, meditating on the sun, and discussing the DRT, debt refusion, which needs to be implemented. The DRT, which needs to be implemented. That's to create the UE, the Universal Exchange, is the only solution. The only solution is the DRT for the North American complex. For North America is the only solution, and beyond it can be extended. Blah 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 blah. International BIS, Bank of International Settlements. But of course, it is for the now. So that is what it is, and that's what we gotta be doing with that, and that's what we gotta be drilling on that. And as I go here on the island, on the mountain, we're gonna get it in the sun shining, sun rising, and we gotta get doing for the that. And that is what I have here. I remember Montreal, and it's Montreal today, you know. Today, Montreal. Carpe diem every day since I died of COVID, and with hope for tomorrow, when I see people hugging, laughing, enjoying, and loving a little bit, and getting a little bit of exercise, and hear about charity, and building more hydroelectric dams, building more public sanitation, people healing like myself, having survived COVID, and having survived being depressed, suicidal, living with scars, and having survived being surprise attack, having survived being surprise attack a few years ago, and live with that dislocated shoulder. I'm just gonna cross there to check a little bit of that web, and cross prudently, turn my head left and right, and gonna check a little bit of that webs, man. For the Halloween, you know. Gonna check a little bit of that Halloween webs right there. Oh, that's fun for the children, you know. That's boo. Oh yeah. If the children are happy, I'm gonna be happy. They got a little bit, 5 spiders, one big, one medium. The other ones are smaller. 5 spiders. See, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if they're visible there on that, but they're there. So really cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other 2 are on the pumpkins, on 2 pumpkins. 5 spiders. That's good to go, and of different sizes, different colors. That's fun, and it's fun for the children. Give them discounts, please, and support the DRT, the Dream, the Dancing Goddess in the Dragon Kingdom, 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 which is fundamentally a call for a public-private partnership across the North American civilizational complex, across North America. Now I'm just financially stressed. Grateful, thankful, my rent's paid, electricity bills paid, my anonymous friend doing a little bit of cooking. If she deserves to be 7 times richer than Oprah, 7 times richer than Beyonce, 7 times richer than Beyonce, 7 times richer than Oprah, 7 times richer than Taylor Swift, 7 times richer than Lady Gaga, 7 times richer than Celine Dion. It's richer than those 5s. Not put together, but 7 times richer than them. That's what it is with that. And here we gotta need a little bit of that cleaning, and here we need to get a little bit of that love, and gonna check it out in the sun, and gonna check how it goes. A little bit of sunshine and a little bit of love, and then gotta get it for the love and gotta get it for the neighbors, man. Gotta move myself out of the part and go there, see and meditate, and there are children playing there safely, you know. That's important, the children's safety. Gotta get it for that children's safety, and we're gonna get interjection there. And they lost a little bit of those lights, and they lost a bit of those lights, and that's all we gotta get it doing on that, you know. And that's what we gotta get it on that. See? Oh yeah, look at that big tower. See how big that is? We gotta get it on the go. Gotta get it on the go. That's what we gotta get doing on that. That's what we gotta get doing on that. That's what we gotta get doing on that. So that's what we gotta get doing on that. Gotta get it for the XYZ. And see, imagine how much work it took. It took to get it all those built there, all those built there, all those built there to get it all those built there, you know. Took a lot of work, took a lot of work, took a lot of work, you know. Took a lot of work to build it at, you know. Brains and muscle, 20th century, gotta be salute. Salute, that's why we got electricity for the radios, for the TVs, for washer, for drying, you know. Otherwise, we're back in the wilderness where I was for several years, and please do not pollute if you come here. Don't leave cans, trash, put it in the garbage and put it in that garbage, and we gotta go get it on that. And here we are for that XYZ, and you know, we gotta get that healing journey, fighting racism with action. For my blacks, brothers and sisters, blacks, 13.3, 13.4%, which are part of the North American Collective. Put kisses, hugs, and tickles, because money I don't have, but treat us equally, and we got to fight individual racism. Sometimes it's subconscious, you know, subconscious, sometimes subconscious, you know, which we have against others who are different, who look different, who I myself being a weirdo, you know, having survived so many things, being surprised attack. And here we got North Americans. We're a new emergent collective, and we need to get that DRT, debt refusion theory, for the creation of the UE. There's no other way but the DRT, the debt refusion theory. Somebody wrote 2020 there, triggers me when I had COVID and thought I was gonna die. February, March is gonna be in 5 months. It's gonna be 5 years. Just gonna do sun salutations and gonna rock and roll back. The DRT, debt refusion theory, for the creation of the UE, is the only solution. We're gonna take all public-private debt, freeze the prices of bread, prices of butter, prices of milk, prices of bacon, prices of cheese, and other prices. And with all that money, going to be able to mass finance reconstruction of the North American infrastructure complex, mass finance citizens to work out, train, exercise, mass finance citizens intra-tourism, mass finance citizens intra-tourism, North American for collective health and general individual wellness. We're going to be able to, of course, build more hydroelectric dams, build 44 tunnel complexes like that Taiwan, and build coast-to-coast interoperability, defense for defense in terms of thermonuclear war, to open up some mountains like that Cheyenne Mountain, to stack them with food in case of a thermonuclear war in Russia, or the invasion of ROC, Republic of China, the Taiwan island known as ROC by the People's Republic of China, mainland China. So we gotta pretend like it might work. Training program system, which was designed, made, and created to go hand in hand with the World War III scenario back in 2019, which needs to be financed and supported by a public-private partnership to create the UE debt refusion theory, which includes, of course, monetary integration theory. I'm calling on my Scorpio brother Bill Gates, Scorpio brother of Black Rock and Blackstone. It's of Black Stone, not to be confused with Black Rock. Black Rock, another Scorpio is Larry Fink, and another Scorpio Joe Biden, but it could be Sagittarius, and all Leos, Pisces, all the astrological sign, plus the 13-1 with the sun. Together, the public-private partnership for the collective North American civilizational complex for North America, for the dream, the dancing goddess, and the dragon kingdom. Right here, gonna salute the sun, my Pope, and then gonna go around the ball, switch to that French because we're in La Belle Province. So the DRT, debt refusion theory, for the creation of the UE, the Universal Exchange Unit, people playing a little bit of football now, security service and defense, Dragon Army, two complementary covenant and cooperative institutions, the Dragon Army, North American Citizen Security and Service, North American Security and Service, North American Security Defense and Service, the Dragon Army, and parallel with, of course, the Dancing Goddess Army, the Dancing Goddess Army for security service and purpose, and of course for the environment, PGA Dancing Goddess Army, the North American Integrated Dance League, NFL National Football League, NHL National Hockey League, NBA National Basketball Association, MLB. Please support. Give it that financing, centrism, pro-labor and love, revolutionary centrism, pro-labor and love, revolutionary centrism, pro-labor and love, revolutionary centrism for the DRT, debt refusion to you, for the creation of the Universal Exchange Unit, the UE, based in parallel with, of course, the implementation of the other Trinity of theories for security, citizen integration theory, CIT, and the democratic fusion theory, DFT, democratic fusion theory for the DFT. That's all we got, and that's all we need to be doing. And of course, we got to need to interject and encourage you all to work out, train, exercise. As the sun is shining, we got to get a little bit of that drill, and we got to exercise. Encourage you all to work out, training, exercising, which has been, is, and will be my medicine and therapy of choice. And here I am, survived COVID, going a little bit in the wilderness, gonna switch to that French because we love that belle province. So once again, the DRT, debt refusion theory, DRT for the creation of the UE, the Universal Exchange Unit, is the only solution. There is no other solution now. Where we are in this point in time, we're paying 46.5 billion in interest. That's 46,000 million. 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 That's what it is. Please. This has to be recycled or put in the garbage. This has to be recycled, put in the garbage, because we got rabbits here. We don't mind you eating chips. Chips is good, but it's got to be recycled or put in the garbage right there. It's kind of too dirty to be recycled. This kind of has a lot of dirt, so I'm just going to throw it. So recycling practices have to be made a little bit of proper how we do it, but this is how we got to be putting it here in the garbage. See? In the garbage, and then close it. And that's it, that's all. See, we got garbage there picked up, I guess, on the regular basis. So don't leave the trash here, because I saw rabbits. We got rabbits, and we got flora, fauna here. So we're trying to preserve in the midst of the 2.5 million people metropolis, just like I do on my second home, Mount Royal. So please, for favor, thank you for your understanding. Gotta get it for that drill, and gotta go. Yeah, inhale a little bit of that wilderness here. Inhale a little bit of that wilderness here. Inhale a little bit of the wilderness here. Super important to get a little bit of that wilderness, and it's always good for the children. Children are happy. I'm happy dancing. Dancing is my favorite sport. Dancing the sun, and get a little bit of joy for the children and for the youth. You know, they're the future. Children of the empire, children of the kingdom, the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom, the North American collective, the North American collective, the North American collective. Where the children are happy, I'm happy, you know. That's what matters at the end of the day. And butchers, bakers, nurses, and they're innocent. And that's all we gotta do with that. And they're happy there for the joy, and they gotta get it on the go, and and they're happy with that, and they're happy, and they're gonna get it for the LOV, and they're getting for that love there with the loving in the sun. And here we get it in the love, and you know, my black brothers and sisters were there getting a little bit of loving, and they're there with the love, and they're there with the LOV, you know. So it's XYZ, and they gotta get it for the love, man, you know. That's what he saluted. He kind of smiled at me, and you know, want to do some loving, rainbow, black, white, and rainbow, black, white, and rainbow. You know, loving I got, kisses I got, hugs I got, black, white, and rainbow, black, white, and rainbow, kisses I got. You know, I got kisses I got, black, white, and rainbow, and you know, that's what it is with that, and that's what it is, black, white, and rainbow. You know, get that 50-50 androgynous, the DRT, centrist, pro-labor and love, revolutionary, 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 centrism, pro-labor and love, revolutionary centrism. You know, that's my CIT, DRT, debt refusion theory for the creation of the UE for all brothers and sisters in North America, all who come to join us in the new collective, to become a great family, coast to coast, admiring, mask, admiring, to through north, strong and free, add loving, love, lovingly, and freedom and prosperity, and get that dragon army coast to coast for the butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, those picking up the garbage. Those are athletes also. Let's go NFL National Football League, NHL National Hockey League, NBA National Basketball Association, MLB. Get on the road with them, do some athletics. See if you can go to pick up those garbage every week. You're gonna get that athletes pick up the garbage across the collective North America, across North America. They're athletes also, picking up the garbage with that brains and that muscle, picking up that compost, picking up that recycling in those big machines built from 44 years ago in the 70s, 77, 78. We need to get that DRT to rebuild the infrastructure, rebuild sanitation system, the DRT for the creation of the UE, the North American Collective Workers Party for the North American Collective Workers Party, for the North American Collective Workers Party, for the North American Collective Workers Party. For my black brothers and sisters here, we made the great compromise of the French language when my brothers and sisters were putting on the table quality, blacks, whites, and we're North Americans, you know, gonna form a new collective in the 21st century, the Collective North American Complex, the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom Dream for the public-private partnership. On the mountain, on the sun, we gotta get it on the drill, and I gotta watch out because I do have allergies to certain dogs, so I cannot pet them, except for poodles. So I also gotta get out of the way in certain situations, such as this. Maybe best if I go on the side, you know. I get a little bit of allergies from dogs. And... Hello. Hello. It's gonna go on the side because if they get too close, I get the allergic reactions to the thickness and length of the fur of certain dog species. As you can see on one of my videos, when I was on the mountain, he got really close. He came because he was not on the leash. This one was, and I started achoo, 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 like 5 times. I sneezed 5 times, right, like a few 45 seconds or so right after the interaction. So, except for poodles, so certain dog species trigger the length of the fur, the thickness in the fur, you know, trigger allergic reactions. So it's 3:58. We're gonna switch to that French because we love that province and we made a great linguistic compromise. Let's go for that rock and roll Sunday. Give some charity, millionaires, BNS, support the dream. Public-private partnership, pro-labor and love, revolutionary centrism, North American-centric, coast-to-coast, ocean-to-ocean, defense, security and service, coast-to-coast, ocean-to-ocean, the DRT, debt fusion theory, for the creation of the UE. Bienvenue. On est sur la marche de dimanche, un beau soleil qui sort. Je vous invite à l'entraînement physique québécois et québécoise. Puis je fais ce vlog avec un ordinateur portable. Puis je commence comme d'habitude avec du rock'n'roll parce que c'est mon intérêt obsessif. Avec l'Asperger, l'autisme hautement fonctionnel, j'ai la trinité d'intérêts obsessifs, puis c'est la géopolitique 24/24, puis je suis analyste et théoricien en géopolitique indépendant parallèlement. J'adore le sport, l'entraînement physique, la danse, c'est mon sport préféré, puis bien sûr, la danse est mon sport préféré, puis vis-à-vis la danse est mon sport préféré, bien sûr, c'est l'entraînement physique, qui est la danse, puis la marche, puis le rock'n'roll, de dimanche. Pas besoin de la bénite, juste des saucisses avec une petite bière. Je bois pas beaucoup, mais hey, rappelle-moi pas d'hier. Je m'en souviens de rien. J'ai bu du café puis les Canadiens ont gagné. Hop! Contre Ottawa 4-1. Ça a fait un bon jeu. T'es en train de crier, il dit, hey, tu bois pas le dragon arc-en-ciel, là. Je dis, ben, je bois du café, qu'est-ce qu'il y a, qu'est-ce qui se passe, le Canadien qui gagne, c'est ça l'importance, de constance. En m'entente les îles de la Madeleine, puis c'est Adrien qui n'a 2 heures, puis j'aime ça faire, les mettre en couple, mais ils disent, ben, qui est lourd, sourd, sa face du bécherel de la belle province, et puis des arbres, dans les arbres, votre dragon arc-en-ciel, des fois monsieur et madame, des fois monsieur quoi, madame, des fois monsieur et madame, 50-50, centrisme, le centrisme des travailleurs du Québec, c'est celui qui change les actes du Québec, tabarnak. Ah oui, c'est du rock'n'roll libre, hein? C'est du rock'n'roll 24/24. Du rock'n'roll, ça, c'est... J'adore le rock'n'roll, puis j'en fais du rock'n'roll, j'en compose du quotidien même. Je suis artiste, athlète, philosophe, théoricien et analyste en géopolitique, c'est ça mes intérêts obsessifs. Puis avec l'autisme hautement fonctionnel, l'Asperger's, ben, il y en a qui utilisent l'Asperger, il y en a qui utilisent l'autisme hautement fonctionnel, mais ça sert à rien de se disputer puis de s'ostiner lequel qu'on utilise. Le fait que ça reste que j'ai les mêmes symptômes. Les symptômes sont des intérêts obsessifs. L'écolélia, soit l'écolélia, c'est comme ça vient du latin, ça veut dire l'écho, ça veut dire la répétition de certains mots qu'on dit ou certaines phrases qu'on entend, on va les dire à voix haute. Et bien sûr, la répétition des phrases, des mots puis des intérêts obsessifs, se rapprocher trop proche des gens. Fait qu'il n'y a pas de médicament pour l'Asperger, l'autisme hautement fonctionnel. Il faut que je fasse la gestion de mes symptômes. Puis c'est des choses que je vis avec. Comme je vis avec mes cicatrices. Aujourd'hui, on est dimanche. Le 13 octobre, avant l'Action de grâce, j'ai dit de la dinde. Et de la nourriture, même si je vis un stress financier présentement. Mais vous savez, je vis encore un stress financier ce 13 octobre. Mais je suis ouvert pour les affaires. Je vis encore un stress financier. Je vis encore un stress financier. Je vis encore un stress financier. Je vis encore un stress financier, tu sais, je vis encore un stress financier, je vis encore un stress financier, je vis moi-même un stress financier, donc avec les finances, c'est des choses bien sûr que je dois vivre avec les finances, avec les finances, que je dois vivre moi-même, tu sais, un stress financier, mais c'est quand même des choses que je dois faire, puis c'est quand même des choses que je dois le faire moi-même avec la constance que j'ai dans moi d'avoir survécu la COVID. En 5 mois, ça va faire 5 ans. Février, mars, j'étais malade. C'était comme la mort, la pestilence puis la maladie. Là. C'était comme la mort, la pestilence puis la maladie. C'était comme la mort, la pestilence puis la maladie. C'était comme la mort, la pestilence puis la maladie. C'était comme la mort, la pestilence puis la maladie. Je sais que ça sonne comme un... Quand je dis la mort, la pestilence puis la maladie, c'est comme une chanson de heavy rock and roll metal. Là. Mais c'est comme ça que je me suis... Je me suis ressenti ici, c'est-tu bloqué? Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Ouais, je pense que oui, donc on va retourner. Fait que comme ça, je me suis ressenti. Mais je voulais juste voir c'était quoi ici. Ça m'intéresse des fois, tu vois, à cause de l'Asperger's, des fois, je suis fixé sur certaines choses. Je suis fixé pour savoir d'où que ça provient, les produits, puis soit où que c'est fabriqué, le mode, la date, ou bien sûr, le pays de fabrication, ou la compagnie qui fabrique certains produits, comme celui-là, l'acier, j'imagine l'acier, puis le métal là, qui est fait. Fait que je veux voir des gravures. C'est des choses de l'Asperger's, l'autisme fonctionnel, ben, ça fait que j'ai ces petites choses-là dans ma vie que je vis avec. Puis, s'il vous plaît, ne pas polluer ici. Là. Si vous venez ici, ne pas laisser la pollution, là, parce que on est dans... Il y a bien de la flore, bien de la faune. Il y a même des lapins ici, où que je suis présentement à Montréal-Ouest. Il y a des lapins. J'en ai vu moi-même. Fait que je vous en prie de ne pas laisser des choses... Faut pas laisser des choses comme ça ici, tu sais, parce que faut faire le recyclage. Ça prend, pour le faire nous-mêmes, tu sais, pour le faire nous-mêmes, ça prend l'individu, puis ça prend le collectif pour le faire aussi, là, tu sais. C'est pas juste pour l'environnement. Puis ça prend l'action individuelle comme l'action collective. C'est toujours un partenariat public-privé. C'est toujours une action de l'individu puis du collectif. Ah ouais, ici, là, il y a bien du... Ici, je devais venir un jour avec un sac puis en faire parce que là, il y en a bien. Là, fait que j'ai ramassé un peu, là, mais tu sais, c'est... What? Tu sais, c'est des choses, bien sûr, qu'il faut mettre ça dans les vidanges, là, méchant. Je sais pas ça ici, tu sais. Fait que je vais mettre ça dans le recyclage tantôt, puis là, quand on s'en va, puis juste faire l'effort. Fait qu'aujourd'hui, dimanche, un petit vidéo, mais... Oh, un petit oiseau qui flatte! Oh, ça, c'est pas des raisins, par exemple. Les raisins, ça, c'est pas des raisins. Faut pas les manger. C'est-tu des raisins ou quoi? Non, c'est pas des raisins, ça. Ça n'est-tu? Ouais, peut-être. On les goûte. On les goûte, peut-être. On va goûter. Oh ouais, c'est des raisins sauvages. C'est des raisins sauvages? Non. Ah, je sais pas. Non, c'est pas des raisins sauvages, mais sont-ils comestibles? Je penserais pas. Mais j'aime le rouge, tu sais. J'aime le rouge, fait que... Hey, ça fait une boîte de couleur rouge, là. C'est rouge. La branche, c'est rouge quand même. Fait que, en tout cas, on y va dans le soleil. Hop, pas trébucher. Fait que, on retourne vers le côté, on s'en va vers le bord, puis on retourne, on va faire un petit entraînement, une petite marche d'entraînement, peut-être de pompe tantôt, peut-être un couple d'étirements. Les Canadiens ont gagné hier, s'il vous plaît, donnez à charité un petit appel pour la Ligue nationale de hockey, incluant le Canadien, la Ligue de football, la Ligue de basketball, la Ligue majeure de basket. Faites une réduction des prix. J'ai calculé que ça devrait prendre une réduction de 44,9%. 44,9% pour le coût. Le coût, bien sûr. Pour le coût, bien sûr, c'est le coût des billets. Et bien sûr, donner des billets aux travailleurs publics. Je dois remercier, bien sûr, l'Hydro-Québec. Passe toujours dans mes méditations quand je marche. Je toujours en méditation de la géopolitique, c'est ça que je fais. Je suis un analyste et théoricien en géopolitique. Puis j'ai prévu, hein, qu'est-ce qui se passe maintenant? Je l'ai prévu en 2019. En 2019, en octobre, c'est le mois que je fais le plus de géopolitique, j'en fais au quotidien, mais j'ai prévu la situation actuelle d'une manière spécifique. Généralement parlant, j'ai prévu la situation qui se déroule en ce moment. J'ai prévu la situation qui se déroule en ce moment d'une manière plus générale, pas à chaque détail, là, mais je l'ai prévu bien sûr. Je l'ai prévu bien sûr. D'une manière générale, pas à chaque détail, mais j'ai prévu qu'est-ce qui se passe maintenant. Ben, si je peux faire un résumé, vu que j'ai calculé, j'ai fait le calcul, à cause qu'ils n'ont pas été capables de résoudre leurs problèmes qui datent du 20e siècle, qui datent du 20e siècle, qui datent du 20e siècle, j'ai prévu qu'il va y avoir une continuité dans le 21e siècle, dans le 21e siècle. Qu'il y aura une continuité dans le 21e siècle. 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 J'ai prévu qu'il y aura une continuité dans le 21e siècle de ces choses-là, de ces choses-là, de ces choses-là. Qu'il y aura dans le 20e siècle, il y aura bien sûr une continuité des conflits non résolus du 20e siècle. C'est ça qui arrive avec l'Ukraine et la Russie, c'est ça qui arrive au Moyen-Orient potentiellement. Ce soir, demain matin, 3 heures, ça dépend. C'est possible que la République de la Chine populaire envahisse la République de la Chine. La République de la Chine, c'est le Taïwan, l'île de Taïwan. La République populaire de la Chine, c'est le pays de 1,4 milliard. 1,4 milliard, 1,4 milliard. C'est ça. Ils n'ont pas résolu le conflit du 20e siècle, comme en Moyen-Orient, ici, comme je dis toujours, dans le complexe nord-américain, dans le collectif de Civilisation nord-américain en Amérique du Nord. On a du travail à faire, moi-même, sur le racisme. Des fois, c'est subconscient. C'est subconscient. Je peux y travailler avec des câlins, des bisous, des chatouilles, des bisous, j'en ai plus. Crédité par la déesse. Avec l'argent, j'en ai pas. Je suis vu un stress financier. Ben, je ferai de la justice. Puis à mes frères et sœurs noirs, 13,3, 13,4%, mais si vous voulez me faire l'amour, noir et blanc arc-en-ciel, si vous voulez me faire l'amour, noir et blanc et arc-en-ciel, noir et blanc et arc-en-ciel, mais venez me faire l'amour, you know. That's all, puis je m'en vais vers le soleil maintenant, faisant de l'entraînement physique, puis c'est toujours des choses qu'il faut que je fasse, bien sûr, qu'il faut que je fasse moi-même de l'entraînement physique, et c'est des choses comme ça, mais c'est toujours la gratitude, puis c'est des choses comme ça que j'aime, c'est des choses comme ça que j'aime, c'est des choses comme ça que j'aime moi-même, fait que c'est ça que j'offre aux autres, fait que ici dans l'Amérique du Nord, on a fait le grand compromis linguistique, puis du français, du québécois, mais du Québec et du français. On continue à le faire avec mes cousins et cousines, puis il y a 7 ans, j'ai traversé le Canada. En 2017, j'ai traversé le Canada, Oh, wow! Une rose blanche. Ah, yeah. Rose blanche. Une rose blanche trouvée dans la rue. Dans la rue de Montréal, j'ai trouvé une fleur. Une fleur. Generals only. Hey, Yeah. Ça en fait chanter une petite toune, une petite rose blanche. Une petite rose blanche. Une petite rose blanche. Qui... Une petite rose blanche pour la Marie, Magdalene, que ça soit bien, Drette Perlin, pour le faire, pour l'incantation sans problème. Le soleil qui chante, quelqu'un qui danse jusqu'au de la Madeleine, puis ça danse, puis ça fait les folles. Des fous pis des fous, le ciel est bleu. Des fous pis des fous, le ciel est bleu. Des fous pis des fous, le ciel est bleu. Le rock'n'roll ben de chez nous. De chez nous en mode libre, je m'en lance les ailes. De chez nous de la mode libre, des îles de la Madeleine jusqu'au pleu, la pleuvoir. Faut que ça fasse pour la danse, puis chez nous de la belle province. Des millions de Québécois et Québécoises, on s'entend ensemble, l'Amérique du Nord partout pour la rose blanche. Pour en faire de chez nous, pour en faire des loups. Des loups, ça prend des bisous, si puis juste des Louis Cyr, ça en prend des Céline, c'est la colline. Et je vais mettre ça dans mes poches. Travailleurs qui vont bâtir ici l'aréna Respect Amour, puis j'envisage toujours comment ça a été financé, puis j'étais un gros partisan des travailleurs de l'Hydro-Québec qui ont bâti les centrales dans le 20e siècle, les autoroutes, les fermiers dans les fermes, les champs de patates, les électriciens, les boulangers, puis moi je fais mon géopolitique, c'est ça mon intérêt obsessif en tant qu'aspi, que j'ai l'Asperger's, et bien sûr l'autisme hautement fonctionnel, avec bien sûr ici les belles fleurs, les belles couleurs qui sont pour la construction bien sûr, ici pour la faire des grimaces, pour la faire des tenaces, pour la faire bien sûr des choses, puis des constructions, mais ça en prend, ils vont avoir besoin, puis ça prend des bras puis des muscles, ça prend des bras puis des muscles, ça prend des bras puis des muscles, puis salutations, il faut qu'on admire, il faut qu'on encourage les pompiers, amour, pompiers aux boulangers dans les boulangeries, les pompiers dans les pompiers, les boulangers dans les boulangeries, les électriciens, les charcutiers, tous ceux qui font la production alimentaire, même ceux qui changent les couches dans les garderies, il faut qu'ils chantent un peu de chansons. Pour eux autres aussi, pour le bon peuple, pour l'Amérique du Nord, un investissement de 10 millions. Ça l'a pris, puis ça prend du cerveau puis des muscles, puis ça prend du cerveau puis des muscles, ça prend du cerveau puis des muscles, ça prend du cerveau puis des muscles, puis ça prend de l'action aussi pour me guérir moi-même, ça prend de l'action bien sûr, puis ça prend le fait du faiser bien sûr, du le faire, puis le faire moi-même, puis c'est des choses bien sûr qu'il faut que je fasse moi-même ici. En regardant et en mettant ces choses-là où il faut qu'elles soient mises. Regardez, c'est là dans le recyclage. C'est là que ça va, oui. C'est là que ça va dans le recyclage, bien sûr, pour le faire moi-même ici. C'est ça qu'il faut faire, moi-même dans le XYZ ici. Que ça soit pour les fantômes qui sont dans les fantômes. Il va y avoir pour les enfants qui sont joyeux pour l'Halloween, j'espère une réduction là, des billets, puis pas juste des billets pour le faire, puis pas juste des billets pour le faire, puis ça prend aussi bien sûr ça prend bien sûr des billets de réduction, puis ça prend la réduction des coûts des produits de l'Halloween, la réduction de l'Halloween, des coûts de la réduction de l'Halloween, coûts pour réduire les bonbons de l'Halloween, les bonbons, le chocolat, puis ces choses-là. Ça prend une réduction, s'il vous plaît, compagnie, puis ça, c'est vraiment beau. Wow! Waouh, 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 waouh. On va s'approcher. Waouh. Ça, c'est vraiment beau, ça. Ça a changé de couleur. C'est rouge, ça. Waouh. Hey, ça, c'est vraiment beau. Waouh. Ça a tourné rouge, les fleurs. J'adore l'automne, j'adore les 4 saisons, mais c'est... celle-là, c'est rouge, 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 là, ma couleur préférée, mais même si je vis ça en arc-en-ciel, puis noir et blanc et arc-en-ciel, là, on se lance les ailes, les aigles, les constructions, aidez-moi à construire, bâtir les trois. Le temple de la déesse sur le Mont-Royal, le temple de la déesse sur le Mont-Royal, le temple de la déesse sur le Mont-Royal avec la maison du dragon, la pyramide, 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 rouge écarlate sur la montagne, et bien sûr sur le Mont-Royal, puis le troisième, le palais du peuple arc-en-ciel, le palais du peuple arc-en-ciel, le palais du peuple arc-en-ciel. C'est super important de bâtir, de construire, que je fais appel, je vous crédite, pas juste des paroles, du rock'n'roll, mais des lavages de pieds, des bisous, des câlins, des châteaux, et puis d'autres lavages, je sais pas, quelque chose de pratique pour votre plaisir. Si vous m'aidez à construire ces trois bâtiments, la pyramide du dragon, la maison du dragon en pyramide, rouge écarlate, quelque chose de simple, pas beaucoup grandiose, mais avec le temple de la déesse comme Dieu déesse, mais la déesse pas Dieu, là, un temple de la déesse oublié, puis avec la maison du dragon, arc-en-ciel, bien sûr, puis bien sûr que ça soit, bien sûr, pour le faire, pour ça en parallèlement, la maison du dragon, et bien sûr, la maison du dragon pour que ça soit, bien sûr, faite avec, parallèlement, et intégré avec le palais du peuple arc-en-ciel, 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 et bien sûr avec des écureuils, ben, plus pas juste des écureuils, mais avec la flore et la faune représentative du collectif nord-américain, les oiseaux incluant les éperviers. Mon oiseau, c'est les éperviers, mon oiseau, c'est les éperviers, bien sûr, puis les éperviers de l'île de Montréal, c'est 2,5 millions de personnes, d'habitants sur l'île de Montréal, tu sais, ça prend bien sûr du savoir, puis ça prend du faisant, puis c'est des choses, bien sûr, qu'il faut le faire, moi-même, pour le faire, de la portée des fleurs qui sont là, je vais juste traverser. Vous savez, j'ai un petit quelque chose pour les fleurs jaunes. J'adore les fleurs jaunes, j'adore les fleurs jaunes. Puis j'adore les fleurs qui sont là ici. C'est des belles fleurs, fait que j'ai juste me rapprocher un peu, puis faire un peu d'admiration. C'est vraiment beau, ça. Je trouve, ouais, j'adore ça. J'adore les fleurs jaunes. Ça me donne... C'est vivace, c'est vif, puis j'aime ça, les couleurs vives, puis je suis jovial, je suis joyeux, je suis content aujourd'hui, mais avec la gratitude qui est bonne pour la santé mentale, même si je vis un stress financier, ben, depuis 46 mois, j'apprends à faire la gestion de mon Asperger, j'ai l'autisme hautement fonctionnel, fait que j'ai des intérêts obsessifs, j'ai des symptômes, il n'y a pas de médicaments pour l'Asperger, c'est pas une condition de maladie mentale, c'est une condition de neurodivergence, ça fait que on voit les choses différentes que les neurotypiques, puis on est une petite minorité, hein? 0,44% de la population a l'Asperger, 0,44%. Moins qu'1%, 0,44. Même pas 1 sur 300 sont atteints de cette condition de neurodivergence qui appellent, ils disent que c'est un point d'évolution, un point d'évolution, parce que ça a commencé au 20e siècle, vraiment, l'autisme hautement fonctionnel, l'Asperger, c'est quand même nouveau. Puis bien sûr, il y en a qui disent que c'est un point pour l'évolution de l'humanité. Ça, je sais pas, là, l'évolution de l'humanité, je vais pas aller jusqu'à-là pour le dire, là, pour me proclamer dessus. Ben, je sais que j'ai l'Asperger, l'autisme hautement fonctionnel, puis il n'y a pas de médicaments, il faut que je fasse la gestion de mes symptômes, la répétition des mots, les colélias, je répète 2-3 fois la même chose que quelqu'un dit, ou quelqu'un va dire quelque chose à voix haute, soit un paragraphe, ou quelque chose. Fait que moi, je vais dire les paroles, je vais les répéter, puis je vais avoir mes intérêts obsessifs. On a tendance à briser l'espace personnel, se rapprocher trop proche des gens dans la conversation, puis certains mouvements, des fois, j'inspecte les produits proches de l'œil, puis j'ai remarqué dans les... Mon ami m'a attiré l'attention, puis il y en a qui... Ben, je vous donne la permission de rire, là, mais je suis dans les magasins, des fois, je regarde en arrière qu'est-ce qui est écrit, puis sur l'objet, je l'approche proche pour le voir, ou des fois, je fixe les gens ou des choses trop longtemps, puis c'est des symptômes, c'est pas parce que par méchanceté ou des choses comme ça, c'est... Ni les colélias, c'est pas pour se moquer du monde, c'est juste qu'on a cette condition de neurodivergence, et c'est ce qu'il faut les faire, et c'est des choses-là qu'il faut qu'on fasse, bien sûr, pour les faire. and we gotta go on that go. So this is what we're gonna go do it with that, and we always gotta do meditating. And the youth are happy. The youth are happy. I'm happy. They're doing a little bit of that. Sunlight, satellites. Build me some more satellites. Starlink, Rainbow Dragon, là. Dragon arc-en-ciel. Je pensais bien sûr que dans une vie parallèle, ben, qu'est-ce que je fais? Ben, je suis aussi aspi, mais c'est la science, la technologie, puis je bâtis, construis des satellites, puces, micro-ordinateurs, des ordinateurs, bien sûr, je fais bien sûr des micro-puces, des ordinateurs, puis des choses comme ça, bien sûr, que je construis moi-même, puis des choses, bien sûr, que moi je fais. C'est les satellites, les ordinateurs, les micro-puces, les antennes, puis bien sûr, je construis, bâtis des missiles intercontinentaux avec l'Allemagne. Les États-Unis, on a bâti un centre de défense dans cette vie parallèle, je parle. On a bâti comme un Skynet. Fait qu'aujourd'hui, bien sûr, on est ici, puis je vous encourage à faire l'entraînement physique, puis je veux discuter ma théorie de la dette, TRD, théorie de la dette, théorie de la refusion de la dette, mais je veux faire un peu d'entraînement physique ici, faire un peu d'entraînement, mais j'ai-tu mon pour le faire? Peut-être, fait que je vais rester ici jusqu'à on va voir, ok, jusqu'à 50, mais là, ici, je dois dire la gratitude pour l'avoir fait ici, pour le faire, bien sûr, ici, pour le faire, bien sûr, pour le faire, ici, pour le faire. Je dois remercier ceux qui l'ont bâti, ceux qui l'ont construit, ceux qui l'ont bâti, ceux qui l'ont construit ici, bien sûr, ceux qui l'ont bâti puis l'ont construit. Puis ça a besoin, je fais du bénévolat. J'aimerais ça mettre de la couleur, quelque chose de bleu, blanc, bleu, blanc, bleu, blanc. Amenez-moi la peinture, le pinceau, puis la permission, parce que j'ai fait beaucoup de propositions, puis ça prend de l'action, j'ai propositions. Des fois, la bureaucratie, ça empêche l'action. Fait que quand j'ai sorti de ma dépression en 2017 en traversant le Canada, mais ça a fait fonder un grand esprit de corps, un esprit de corps solide avec les Québécois, les Québécoises, les Canadiens et les Nord-Américains. Puis je dis, chez nous ici, ben, personnellement, je ne me considère pas un membre d'une diaspora, mais je suis ouvert pour l'universel, pour l'international, pour la paix mondiale. Je suis ouvert pour toutes ces choses-là. Mais dans la géopolitique, mes analyses sont fondamentalement, mes principes, mes protocoles sont pour le collectif nord-américain, pour l'Amérique du Nord. Le rêve que j'ai, c'est fondamentalement un appel à un partenariat public-privé. C'est un PPP, partenariat public-privé à travers l'Amérique du Nord. Le royaume de la déesse et du dragon qui danse, le royaume de la déesse et du dragon qui danse, le royaume de la déesse et du dragon qui danse. C'est fondamentalement ça. Un appel pour un partenariat public-privé. Et je vous fais appel à tous et toutes à soutenir de quelle manière vous pouvez. Puis je veux discuter maintenant la TRD, théorie de la refusion de la dette, méchant. C'est la seule et unique solution. Aujourd'hui, où on est rendu, c'est un paradoxe que je puisse présenter ça sur la table. Un gros paradoxe que je puisse présenter ça sur la table. Soit la TRD de votre dragon arc-en-ciel, la théorie de la refusion de la dette, la TRD. La théorie de la refusion de la dette, la théorie de la refusion de la dette, la théorie de la refusion de la dette, c'est quoi? C'est la TRD, théorie à refusion de la dette, théorie de la refusion de la dette. Et bien sûr, c'est la théorie de la refusion de la dette, car est vu au point qu'on paye 46,5 milliards, 46,5 milliards d'intérêts. Ça veut dire, bien sûr, qu'on paye 46,5 milliards d'intérêts. Et donc, c'est l'intérêt qu'on paye sur la dette publique, l'intérêt qu'on paye sur la dette publique, l'intérêt qu'on paye sur la dette publique. C'est rendu 46,5 milliards. On paye 20,3 milliards d'intérêts en 2020-2021. Ça a plus que doublé, tu sais, double, ça aurait été bien sûr, double, ça aurait été bien sûr, double, ça aurait été bien sûr, 20,3 fois 2, ça aurait été 40,6. Fait que c'est rendu qu'on paye 46,5 milliards. 1 milliard, c'est à 1000 millions. C'est ça, 1000 millions, 1 milliard, c'est à 1000 millions. C'est ça l'argent qu'on paye sur la dette publique, L'intérêt. Même pas le principal, c'est le service de la dette. C'est l'intérêt qu'on paye sur la dette publique. C'est rendu 46,5 milliards. C'est 20,3 fois 2, c'est 40,6 millions. Ça aurait été le double. C'est rendu plus que le double. C'est 46,5 milliards. Ça, c'est 46 000 millions. Juste payer l'intérêt sur la dette publique. À cause de la COVID, c'est sûr, les protocoles, les initiatives qu'il y a eu. Mais imaginez-vous, là, c'est énorme. Il n'y a pas de solution à ça. Là. Ça a plus que doublé depuis 2020-2021. L'année fiscale, vous pouvez vérifier après la Banque centrale canadienne avec le gouverneur général Tiff McClure. Puis bien sûr, j'appelle ma tante, ça. Puis Christa Freeland, il faut faire l'implémentation de ma TRD, théorie de la refusion de la dette, théorie de la refusion de la dette, TRD, théorie de la refusion de la dette, TRD, théorie de la refusion de la dette, qu'il faut faire l'implémentation, bien sûr, qu'il faut faire l'implémentation pour un nouveau amour, puis c'est pour l'Amérique du Nord. Il n'y a pas de solution, ok, ma TRD, ça je peux vous le dire. Puis si je vous présente la table, c'est un paradoxe à cause de l'Asperger's, l'autisme fonctionnel, que j'ai les intérêts obsessifs. Ces intérêts obsessifs, bien sûr, c'est la géopolitique 24 sur 24. Donc, dans la géopolitique, quand on étudie la géopolitique, bien sûr, on doit avoir une certaine connaissance des finances publiques, parce que ça fait partie de la géopolitique intégralement, les études, les analyses en géopolitique, puis surtout locales, domestiques. Donc, je vous explique la TRD le plus simplement possible, parce qu'une des conditions, des symptômes de l'Asperger, c'est que j'utilise des mots, vocabulaire trop sophistiqué, intellectuel, académique, et cosmopolite et bien sûr philosophique, dans certaines circonstances où ça ne requiert pas. Fait que je dois simplifier le plus possible. Donc, c'est quoi la TRD? C'était pour théorie R, refusion de la dette. La TRD, théorie de la refusion de la dette, il faut faire bien sûr la TRD. L'implémentation, c'est la seule solution, c'est un paradoxe, mais avec le bleu ciel, qui fait bien sûr le bleu ciel, le bel bleu, mais il faut le faire, la TRD, la théorie de la refusion de la dette. Ma TRD, ça contient la théorie d'intégration monétaire. C'est quoi la théorie d'intégration monétaire? C'est la théorie qui a fait de l'implémentation dans l'Europe, bien sûr, dans la communauté européenne, bien sûr, pour faire le compromis de cette dette, pour faire qu'est-ce qu'ils ont fait en Europe, c'est la théorie d'intégration monétaire. Et bien sûr, les Européens, ils ont pris les Allemands, ils ont détruit leur banque centrale, ils ont détruit leur Deutschmark, les Italiens aussi ont détruit leur Deutschmark, puis les Italiens, l'Europe, la Banque centrale, la France aussi. Fait que plusieurs pays se sont mis ensemble, puis ont fait la création d'une banque centrale. Fait que cette banque centrale en Europe, ça s'appelle la Banque centrale de l'Europe. Puis maintenant, des années 90, qu'ils ont fait, ils ont fait la création d'une monnaie, puis la création d'une banque centrale. Plusieurs pays de l'Europe, il y a une banque centrale commune. Il y a une banque centrale commune, ils ont une banque centrale commune, il y a une banque centrale commune. Il y a une banque centrale commune. Donc, cette banque centrale commune, c'est la Banque de l'Europe, c'est la Banque de l'Europe, la Banque européenne. Donc, c'est ça qu'ils ont fait, on va faire pareillement. Fait qu'on va prendre toute la dette, je vous l'explique, puis encore une fois, tenez compte que ma TRD, ça contient la théorie d'intégration citoyenne, la théorie d'intégration monétaire, ce qui est la théorie financière qu'ils ont implémentée en Europe. C'est ça qu'ils ont fait. Ils ont fait l'implémentation de la théorie d'intégration monétaire. C'est une théorie financière que les autres ils ont fait de l'implémentation. Puis ma TRD, de votre dragon arc-en-ciel, qui était pour théorie R, refusion de la dette, inclut cette théorie qui ont fait de l'implémentation en Europe. Il faut bien tenir compte de ça. Ça, c'est intégral. C'est intégré dans ma théorie, la théorie d'intégration monétaire pour la création d'une monnaie commune d'échange. Pour l'Amérique du Nord, je parle. Donc la TRD, je vous l'explique. TRD, il n'y a pas d'autre solution. On paye 46,5 milliards d'intérêts, méchants. Il n'y a pas d'autre solution. C'est une catastrophe qui s'en va vers une catastrophe des choses, des services publics. L'année prochaine, 2025, les services publics, les pompiers, les services de sécurité, les services de pompiers, les services de police, de pompiers, tout ça, mais ça va être fini. On va pouvoir soutenir ça avec cette dette-là. Il faut faire. C'est urgence. Vous tenez compte qu'on paye. Oubliez ça. Il n'y a pas d'autre solution maintenant qu'on est rendu en 2024. On est rendu là. Ça prend ça. Il n'y a pas d'autre solution. Vous pouvez vous ostiner de la gauche, de la droite tant que vous voulez pendant 1 an, pendant 3 ans et demi, pendant 4 ans, pendant 5 ans, pendant 44 et plus d'années. La TRD, théorie de la refusion de la dette. On va prendre toute la dette. Public-privé. La TRD, on va prendre toute la dette public-privé, incluant mon 10 000, Et toute la dette public-privée, on va prendre toute la dette publique-privée. Toute la dette publique-privée, on va prendre toute cette dette-là, incluant mon 10 000, ton 10 000, votre 10 000. Toute la dette publique-privée, de côte à côte, on va reprendre ensemble. Toute cette dette-là, publique-privée, on va faire la conversion dans la devise des États-Unis. Fait que ma dette de 10 000 en tant qu'individu citoyen québécois, canadien de l'Amérique du Nord, mon 10 000, ton 10 000, toute la dette publique-privée, de côte à côte, on va prendre toute la dette. Mon 10 000, ton 10 000, votre 10 000, le 10 000, mon 10 000, le tien, le mien, le vôtre, le nôtre, mon 10 000, ton 10 000, le quoi que ce soit, 5 000, toute la dette publique-privée. On va prendre toute la dette publique-privée de côte à côte. On va, vu que la devise, l'argent des États-Unis, le dollar américain, est encore la devise numéro 1 dans le monde pour le commerce mondial, l'échange international, l'export, le tourisme, puis bien sûr les affaires étrangères. On va faire la conversion de toute la dette publique-privée du Canada dans la devise des États-Unis, dans la devise des États-Unis, dans la devise des États-Unis. Toute cette dette-là, on va faire la conversion. Ça va être de l'argent énorme. Toute cette dette-là, on va faire l'addition avec la dette des États-Unis. Mexique, Haïti, Cuba, c'est un paradoxe parce que c'est socialiste, mais s'ils veulent, on pourrait faire quelque chose. Sinon, Jamaïque. L'Amérique du Nord, premièrement Canada, après ça, États-Unis, après ça, Mexique, puis les autres pays qui veulent l'Amérique du Nord, puis au-delà, s'ils veulent transatlantique, nos alliés de l'OTAN. L'OTAN, c'est l'Organisation transatlantique pour la défense militaire qui a été fondée après la Deuxième Guerre mondiale, 75 ans de cette institution, pour l'amener dans le 21e siècle. Ça fait que la TRD, on va prendre toute la dette publique-privée, tout cet argent-là, converti dans la devise des États-Unis, ça a fondé une nouvelle banque. C'est là que ça entre, la théorie d'intégration monétaire. Qu'est-ce qu'ils ont fait en Europe? On va faire la création d'une nouvelle banque, l'Amérique du Nord. La Banque centrale d'Amérique du Nord, comment on l'appelle. Tout l'argent, la dette publique-privée, ça a été de l'argent initial pour la fondation de cette nouvelle banque. On va mettre un taux d'intérêt de 10% maximum. Ça peut être 3,33, 7,18, 7,70, 6,1, 9,3. En bas de 10, on va faire un gel des prix du beurre, prix du pain, prix du lait, prix du miel, prix des saucisses. On va faire un gel des prix. On va faire un gel des prix. Un gel des prix. Tout cet argent-là, ça va faire la fondation de cette nouvelle banque. Tout l'argent, la dette publique-privée, la dette publique-privée. On va mettre un taux d'intérêt de 10%, 10% maximum, de 10%. Tout cet argent-là, ça va faire la fondation de cette nouvelle banque. De cette nouvelle banque. Fait que tout cet argent-là, ça va faire la fondation de cette nouvelle banque. Tout cet argent-là, ça va faire la fondation de cette nouvelle banque. Tout cet argent-là, ça a fondé la fondation d'une nouvelle banque. Tout cet argent-là. Fait que tout l'argent, ça va faire la fondation de cette nouvelle banque. Nord-américaine, intégrée, centrale, pour la création d'une nouvelle unité d'échange basée sur la valeur du dollar des États-Unis. UI. En anglais, c'est pareil, fait qu'on ne s'ostinera pas. Le UI. U point, unité, E point, échange, U point universel. U point, unité, E point, échange, U point universel. Le UI. En anglais, c'est pareil, basé sur la valeur des États-Unis. U point, unité, E point, échange, U point universel. U point, unité, E point, échange universel. La création de l'UI, unité d'échange universelle, basée sur la valeur des États-Unis, a une dette de 10%, une dette de 10%, 10% maximum sur l'intérêt. On va faire un gel des prix. Toute cette dette-là, on va pouvoir la faire. Toute la dette publique-privée, ensemble, en un taux d'intérêt de 10%, en bas de 10, ça peut l'être en bas de 10. Ça peut l'être en bas de 10, mais pas plus que 10. Un gel des prix, avec cet argent-là, on va pouvoir bâtir plus de centrales de l'Hydro-Québec, se rendre à 70, rebâtir l'infrastructure du collectif nord-américain parce qu'on a vu qu'est-ce qui arrive, hein? C'est des aqueducs, on a besoin du renouveau des ponts, des aqueducs à travers le collectif, le complexe nord-américain. Oui, Corbeau, prêter allégeance les gens ont mis avec bénéfice seulement depuis maintenant. Et bien sûr, on va pouvoir financer les gens à faire l'entraînement physique, financer les gens au tourisme, parce que moi, ça m'a tellement fait du bien en 2017, quand j'ai traversé le Canada, ça m'a fait regarder tellement de choses qu'on a au Québec, au Canada, pour avoir la gratitude, pour le privilège de la civilisation. Et bien sûr, avec ça, on va pouvoir faire aussi, pour la défense, ouvrir des tunnels, 44 tunnels comme à Tokyo, pour la défense dans le cas d'une bombe nucléaire, dans le cas d'une guerre thermonucléaire, puis ouvrir des montagnes comme à Cheyenne, pour mettre de la nourriture, puis pour ouvrir, puis pour faire des interceptions de côte à côte de défense, des missiles balistiques de côte à côte pour la défense de côte à côte, puis fonder les deux institutions de partenariat public-privé, soit l'armée du Dragon, l'armée nord-américaine intégrée, l'armée du Dragon, avec l'armée de la déesse qui danse, l'armée de la déesse qui danse. Bien sûr, pour l'environnement, sur la Ligue de danse intégrée nord-américaine avec l'armée du Dragon, soit pour la sécurité, puis le service, puis la défense seulement. Sécurité, service, puis la défense. L'armée du Dragon, l'armée nord-américaine intégrée. C'est ça le rêve de votre dragon arc-en-ciel. C'est un rêve, c'est fondamentalement un appel à un partenariat public-privé. Il n'y a pas d'autre solution. Civilisation, c'est ça qui est ça, mes chers. On va venir faire un peu d'entraînement ici, mais le sac, c'est tirer un peu, puis that's it. C'est la seule et unique solution. Il n'y a pas d'autre solution. Il n'y a pas d'autre solution, mes chers. C'est LOV, some squats. On aime les accroupissements un peu. Let's go twist those hips. Hey. Twist those hips a bit. Grateful, thankful for this gym here, man. La gratitude pour le gymnase ici, you know. Give to charity, being here, sport a dream, encourager le rêve des dragons arc-en-ciel, sport a dream. Dancing goddess in the dragon kingdom, you know. Playing out that rainbow and gotta get it for that DRC, you know. That refusion key for the creation of the Yuri and gotta get it for the go and let's go for that hawk. You know, on the toes we go, part of the general integrated whole body training system. Pour le travail intégral du citoyen sur les éperviers, on y va, on s'élance vers le ciel jusqu'au satellite, all the way to those satellites. Just gonna do a little 5 minutes here, you know, and then get it going on the go, and that's it for that rock and roll, and here we complex, and get it for the do, you know. So, now, let's see if we get it on the. Oh yeah, gotta get it on the now, and gotta get it on the go, and that's how we gotta do it on, and sometimes you just gotta get those legs up, you know. Il faut qu'on met les jambes, you know. Gotta get those legs up, and we gotta get it on that drill, man, you know. It's drill, 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 drill. That's what it is, and gotta play that rainbow, black, white, and rainbow. Le noir et blanc, arc-en-ciel, let's go centrism, dancing goddess, dragon kingdom. Oh yeah. Let's go for that zigzag, helicopter chop it. L'hélicoptère. Chop, chop, chop. Helicopter, helicopter. Chop it up. Chop, 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 chop. Helicopter, chop it up. Let's go. Spin, spin, spin. Let's go. We got those seconds clocked. How about a little bit of hydration? Super important. HYDRAT. C'est important pour faire l'hydratation, you know. We gotta get it on the go and gotta do a little bit of stretching. We gotta get that hydrate. Let's go. Drink half, half, half. La moitié. Oh yeah. That was that good hydration, man. That good hydration. Still getting on on the clock. Oh yeah. That's it. Fuck. Let's go. Drill it up and down. Let's go. Give me some of those squats. Les accroupissements. Gotta push it down. Let's go. Oh yeah. Woo. Oh yeah, that felt good. Gotta get it in that go. It's always on the foundations, you know. It's always on that foundation, you know. It's always on the go and it's always on that scars, man. Living with scars, huh? Avec des cicatrices, you know. Gotta get it on the go and gotta spin. Gotta flex. Struggle with LOV. It's not all about fighting. Gotta get some of that love and twist those hips. Pas juste se battre. Ça prend de l'amour aussi. Take some of that LOV, man. It's not all about fighting, you know. C'est pas juste se battre. Ça prend aussi de l'amour, you know. Takes a little bit of LOV. Twist those hips. Tant qu'on va, c'est bien sûr. De la gauche puis de la droite. That's what we gotta go doing with that XYZ. We're gonna crunch it on deep and go high up. Faut qu'on lance de la gauche, de la droite, puis de la gauche, puis de la droite. And we gotta get it on the go. Gotta get it on those, twist those hips, you know. Twist those hips, no money for the guitar. We gotta get it on that X. Gotta get it on that white and black and rainbow. Yeah. The noir is not l'arc-en-ciel. We gotta get those strips, that foundation. Get it on those hips. Let's go, North Americans unite. North, south, south, north. This is North Canada through North Strong and Free. There's some of that justice, prosperity, and loving, you know. The home and the brave. I was there born in the past life 3 times. Once as a woman, twice as a man. Both times as a man, served in the United States Army, the same army, 2 different wars, 156 years apart. Just read. 3 Glass Darkly by George Patton. We gotta get that North American collective, you know. The collective, you know. That's what we gotta do it on the drill. And sometimes we just gotta get those up. Go up and down and get those flex for those hawks. HAWK, hawk, my totem bird. We got some hawks here in Montreal, Canada, Mount Royal. On a des éperviers, on sait non, ça c'est mon oiseau, that's my totem bird, a hawk, 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 HAWK. Sometimes we just gotta drill it, begin your fitness journey now. You know, just gotta begin your fitness journey now. Aujourd'hui, on commence l'entraînement physique. That's the attitude, that's what I take, that's what I go, but that rock and roll, you know, so that's what it is. I gotta start my fitness journey now, I always say. My fitness journey starts when? Now. Fitness journey starts when? Now. So that is with drill, man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's what it is with that, man. You know? Oh yeah. How about some of those squats? You know, we yellow V squats, right? On aime les accomplissements, no? On aime les accomplissements. We love squats, right? Yellow V squats, on aime les accomplissements. What time is it though? You know? I'll do a shorty today. Get one more of those and that's it. We'll get it on the go. Children, man. Hey, watch the car, watch the car! Watch the car, stop, 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 stop! Oh, you love it, I love it. No worries. Anytime, dear. Woof! Anytime. Woof! Oh yeah, I gotta save the children, man. These are my children. Not mine like mine, but like a hawk. And the car was coming and woof! Safe to play, man. Watch for the children, man. The car was coming, it was running, the child was running and said, hey, stop, 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 stop the car, watch the car, you know? So, got a little bit of a scare there, man. Got a little bit of a scare, man. You know? Woof. It's my little children, man. Like a hawk, man. I love my children, gotta get on that go, you know? So, hey. I want to say thank you, man. Of course, man. I want them to grow in loving, man. The children, man. Children of the empire, man. Children of the kingdom. I don't have children of my own, but I write children's books. I read children's hawk, man. And, you know, and the car was coming. The mother said thanks and you're welcome and started running, you know. I started running. J'ai commencé à courir parce que la voiture s'en venait, avait l'arrêt, puis la fille, petite fille courait vers son frère, j'imagine, elle courait, puis elle s'arrêtait pas. Fait que l'automobile avait pas l'angle pour voir. Fait que moi je voyais, he didn't have the angle to see. But me, you know, being a bit aspy, obsessed about public, when the cars, intersection of the cars, you know, intersection of the cars, l'intersection avec les voitures. Fait que j'étais allé pour sauver, you know, to save, like, what the hell, man. You know, cars are cars, and we made those on wheels. Le métal, c'est les voitures, c'est de la ferraille à la fin du jour. C'est plus important le corps, puis the children to grow safely and in love. And the mother said thanks, you know, and I started screaming and used a little force. Said, watch the car, watch the car, watch the car, watch the car. Quelle est la voiture, you know. Almost cried on that, you know. Un petit peu de larmes dans ça, parce que belle fille, puis les enfants sont là en train de jouer, you know. I don't know, 7 years old with the beautiful children, with her brother there was playing, and the car was coming and didn't have an angle to see. and the girl was running. La fille a couru, 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 so I panicked that she was gonna get hit by the car, so that's why I started running. C'était car, 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 car. C'est pour ça que j'ai paniqué un peu. Je pensais qu'elle allait se faire frapper parce que la fille a couru comme ça, puis exactement l'angle que j'ai calculé, la vitesse, exactement la vitesse, ça a interpellé. C'était une possibilité d'accident quand même, un point de pourcentage élevé. There was a highly percentage of an accident. I calculated highly percentage of an accident, highly percentage of an accident. So she was running, 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 and the car didn't see the angle, didn't have the angle to see, because the girl was running on here, and the car was coming right here, on that side right here. So the car would have gone and could have got hit by the car. So j'ai paniqué un peu. C'était comme j'ai calculé l'angle pourcentage. So I panicked a little bit. Paniqué un peu. So I said, Loto, 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 car, car, car. So now I'm getting back to headquarters. Woof. Got my eyes on the children like a hawk, man. Like a hawk. J'ai mes yeux sur les enfants comme un épervier. Comme un épervier, man. Beautiful children, man. They got a lot of loving, a lot of growing up, to do a lot of learning, to do a lot of experiences, a lot of different cuisine, different foods. They got to cross Canada coast to coast when they're older. Il faut qu'ils traversent le Canada comme moi, de côte à côte. L'Amérique du Nord, North America, no? So anyways, I was a little bit of panic there, but I was jumped. I was in front of the car almost. But he saw, and I put the finger like this. I said stop to the car stopped. And then the little girl stopped. La petite fille s'est arrêtée. J'ai dit arrête. Puis pour ça la mère a dit thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Elle a dit merci, merci, merci. So j'ai dit no, I love you, man. Forget about that, man. Anytime. I would have put myself in front of the car, man. Je m'aurais mis moi-même devant la voiture, man. Like football, you know, football. But this time for saving, you know, comme le football américain, mais c'est là pour sauver l'enfant, to save the children. I would have put myself in front of the car. Je m'aurais mis devant la voiture. Ou j'ai interpellé devant la fille pour la sauver, mais la voiture s'est arrêtée. Puis la fille, quand j'ai crié, ben, elle s'est arrêtée. When I screamed, the child stopped, because understood. I guess the child understood that they're in danger. Qu'ils sont en danger. That's all, man. That's all. Gotta turn the hawk here. Anyways, okay, time to head back to headquarters. And that's about it. We're not gonna film. All the way, but that was security service and defense, man. Security service and defense. Sécurité, défense, puis service. Sécurité, défense, puis service. You know? That's all it is with that, man. Oh, what's gonna happen here? 25th of October, yay! Plaisir effrayant, amusement, famille, nez déguisé. Oh yeah! Spectacular fun, come dressed up and enjoy fun family activity, yeah! Montreal West, Park Davis, 537, hey, go. Venez, Parc Davise. Gotta get the hydration again. Man, these benches need some color. Ils ont besoin de la couleur. Please bring me the tools, the equipment. I'll do it volunteer. Je fais du bénévolat, je les embellisse moi-même. Je vais les embellisser. Je vais mettre moi-même, tu sais. Faire du bénévolat. I'll do volunteering for sure. Gonna drink this and stretch a bit. Oh yeah. That's it. That don't fit, you know. Yeah, we go for that defense, man. Thinking about for those public workers, travailleurs public. I get it on them, man. Building the aqueducts right here. Sing a little bit of rock and roll song for the public workers, changing the aqueducts on steel toes, and they get some soft pillows, you know. Let us go for me to go. They gotta sing it up the flow. For the flows and for the love. This is some little travailleurs public. We'll live forever. We go for that. Aqueduct de l'Ouest, construction de l'eau potable, that's what it says there. Building of an aqueduct. So, gotta salute, thanks, man. Thanks, public workers, rock and roll for you, là, travail public, c'est rock and roll pour... So, hoppa! Oh, je veux pas que je perde mon ordinateur portable, car juste, c'est mon outil de travail, donc, hoppa! Et voilà, on va faire... On va s'hydrater encore une fois. Je médite dans un contexte géopolitique. Always get that geopolitics, you know. Get that geopolitics meditations, you know. Get that geopolitics meditations, you know. Dans l'analyse et théoricien en géopolitique, 24 sur 24, you gotta get that geopolitics 24/7, you know. So you gotta get doing with that. And, you know, hydrate, je vais m'hydrater. And that's it. Thank you, workers who build the complexes of North American underground to have public hydration, you know, the fountains, water fountains, les fontaines de l'eau publique. Ben, ça a pris du travail, des muscles et du cerveau pour le faire. It took a lot of brains and muscle, eh, to build all this. We take for granted sometimes, but civilization is a privilege. La civilisation est un privilège, you know. So we gotta get that North American United, North American Collective Workers Party. Le Parti travailleur collectif nord-américain, le Parti travailleur collectif nord-américain, we gotta get that North American Collective Workers Party. North American Collective Workers Party. No? Parti des travailleurs du collectif nord-américain, le Parti Collectif de travailleurs non-américains, collectif de parti de travailleurs non-américains, the North American Collective Party, you know? That's what we gotta get doing with that, man. We gotta get it for the go and we gotta get it for the now, so it's always Arbeit, 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 Arbeit with me, independent, travail indépendant, YouTuber, you know, and thinking always about the farmers, the butchers, the bakers, the nurses, the doctors, the individual and the collective. L'individu et le collectif. Black brothers and sisters, 13.3, 13.4%, my neighbors included. Blacks, black brothers and sisters, and big hugs, you know, we reconcile and North Americans unite. Fait la réconciliation and we advance 21st century with gratitude and gotta get some love. It's not all about fight, fight, fight. Ça prend aussi de l'amour, l'amour, l'amour. You know, we gotta rebuild North America, coast to coast, ocean to ocean. We gotta build that North American people's Imperial Coliseum, North American people's Imperial Coliseum, North American people's Imperial Coliseum, North American Imperial Coliseum. That's what we gotta build, man. That's what we gotta build, man. And you know, just LOV, man. LOV, my brothers and sisters, you know, wear and whatever they want, and that's it, that's all. Partez qu'est-ce que vous voulez, man. Gotta get X, Y, Z, you know. So that's what it is, man, you know. That's what it is, that's what it is, you know. That's what it is with that, you know. So that's what it is, you know. Gotta get some love, man. And now I'm gonna get a little bit on that private and see you got toilets here, washrooms, and I always meditate on. Yeah, it's not bad. We're not gonna keep on that film, but that's why I didn't flush, and I gotta wash my hands as well. So in the public washrooms on the toilet, I gotta be. He needs a little bit of color, some good, but it's not bad. So see you in a bit, cause you know when you gotta go, you gotta go. Hey, that's it for that, and that's it for the go, and there we go, man. We gotta get it in, and gotta get it out, and gotta get it for that XYZ, and we gotta keep on loving, man. LOV, you know, we gotta get it on the drill, and gotta get it on the go, so that's it for yours truly, and gonna get it back for that, and gotta get it for the now, and gotta get it for the do, so it's always getting on the go, so it's always hydration, it's always workout, train, exercise, and here it needs a little bit of color, a little bit of color, a little bit of color, and un peu de couleur, un peu de couleur, un peu de couleur, but gotta get it on that go, how the trains go, train conductors, LOV, les conducteurs de train, all who build it, imagine all the work to build it, all the cables, always putting this in a geopolitical context, defense, security and service, defense, security and service, dans le collectif de défense, in the collective for defense, always putting this in a perspective of geopolitics, how the collective will be defense, coast to coast, ocean to ocean, defense, security and service, and sometimes I gotta play that D like that hardball ball, or my 49ers lost, but it's one of my favorites, along also with the lowest ever scoring Super Bowl 13-3, lowest ever scoring Super Bowl 13-3, lowest ever scoring Super Bowl 13-3. Tom Brady Rams, quand les Rams ont joué les Patriots, c'était le moins qui a été le moins le moins le moins de points, le moins de points, moins de points, le moins de points, le moins de points, c'était 13.3. Les Patriots contre les Rams, you know. That's what it is, and that's what I gotta doing on the sun there. That's what I gotta get doing on the XYZ. That's what I gotta get doing on that, you know. And they gotta love him for the love, and gotta get it on the go, and they gotta trill it on the trill, man. Love the XYZ, and he's there on the go, and on the train conductors, and do it for the butchers, for the bakers, for the nurses, and all those train conductors now crossing the streets, crossing the railways, going east, west, north, south, tous les travailleurs de train qui sont en train de construire maintenant les constructions. We got a lot of renewal to do, man. A lot of renewal in infrastructure, you know. L'infrastructure, ça prend du renouveau, man. Ça prend beaucoup de renouveau. So you see, think about this, all this is a privilege to have the railways. the railways. Pour avoir, bien sûr, les camions ici. We gotta get it on the go. Always gotta meditate on the complex. And my brothers and sisters, you know, we're here. I used to do laundry right there. Je faisais mon lavage là-bas. Mais I'm not gonna deviate because it's 5:10 and I need to head back to headquarters on the Dragon Lair for some 6 o'clock, you know, pre-Thanksgiving. 6 heures avant l'Action de grâce. On commence aujourd'hui à 6, you know, that sunset. Beginning that Thanksgiving, man. Thanksgiving tomorrow. Lots to be grateful for, but l'Action de grâce, but beaucoup de gratitude. I got a lot of it to be grateful for, and you know, that's what it is with that. J'ai beaucoup de choses pour être bien sûr dans la gratitude, so that's what it is with that, and that's what it is for the do, and that's what it is for the go. So it's always doing, it's always being, it's always gratitude, it's always on the go, it's always Asperger's. It's a constant thing I live with, l'Asperger's. L'autisme de ma fonctionnel, ben c'est une chose constante avec laquelle je vis. It's a constant thing. Watch the car. I guess it's gonna stop. Yeah, thank you. Gonna stop. You never know though, hey? I'm a bit paranoid about brakes, you know, malfunctioning brakes and people pressing the accelerator too fast. I'm a bit paranoid about that. Paranoid about that. And un peu paranoïde de ça, là, mais c'est des choses que je vis avec. It's things I gotta live with, and the sun shining. Gotta do a little bit of sun salutations here before I go in, and before I go in with that, it's always on the go, so gotta get that rainbow for XYZ, and we gotta get that rainbow for XYZ, and we gotta get it on the XYZ, and we gotta love it on that, you know, so LOV, you know, with that, getting on the go with that, getting on the go with that for LOV on the do, and LOV on the do with that, so it's always on the loving part there to get it on the love with that. So it's always something which I gotta meditate on what do on. We gotta get it for XYZ, and we gotta get it for the do now. The sun shining, get it go on that booty, you know, for that loving, pour l'amour, pour s'asseoir du soleil. Gotta get it on the XYZ to go that, and that's how we gotta do it on that, you know. We're gonna see. Firefighters, butchers, bakers, and yo, this was changed, you know, in here. This was changed, and it's kind of nice. So, change, it's been worked on. Il y a eu du changement. Ça, c'est les nouveaux qui ont fait durant la COVID. Là. Quand même intéressant comment ils ont fait. Les balcons, c'est gris, you know. It's a little bit on the gray side. For me, I like my red, orange, purple. And j'aime beaucoup la couleur, mais quand même, je trouve ça d'un beau. Puis ici, bien sûr, ça s'en vient pour les buildings. Puis je médite toujours dans une constance de géopolitique pour la sécurité, le service, bien sûr, de l'infrastructure, des buildings. From a geopolitical perspective, always meditating security service in the buildings, how they are, and everything they're connected with, everything they have, the Wi-Fi, the 3G, 4G, the 3G, 4G, the Wi-Fi, and everything security from the ground up, man. Anyways, gonna get it on the side. This is new here. This wasn't there before. So this is built. It's kind of nice. It's a bit gray. Would have loved some color, but Chalet's Park Coffee Park here. We can have. Let's go leaders of the free world here. Have a cup of coffee with me, and then we go to the mountain. It needs a little bit of color, but hey, grateful, thankful, and that's new. C'est nouveau. Chalet's Park. Hey, good job. Thank you. It's good embellishment for the public, and by my DRT, the creation of the U, you're gonna be able to build more. But c'est un beau travail, je trouve. C'est quand même beau. Je sais pas si c'est ouvert, on va aller voir. We're gonna go check for the first time, and it wasn't open, it was gated, and that's new also. That's like 3 years and a half, and it's been used. You can do some basketball. It's good for the big buildings, and there you go for the children. And hey, it's nice. Yeah, I would put a little bit of orange color, blue something, but Please don't graffiti unless you do something nice. S'il vous plaît, faites pas de graffiti. Juste si vous avez du talent, on devrait le laisser si on a du talent pour faire quelque chose de vraiment beau. Ouais, mais sinon, faites pas de débarbier. Okay, open, close, maybe. Hey, this is new and c'est nouveau. Hey, Montréal électrique, made in USA, my North America, fait aux États-Unis, so it's work together, you know. Work together 24/7, 24/24, North Americans unite. Bureau du surveillant, toilette. Hey, c'est fermé, mais it's got a drinking potable water there. It's, wow, that's electronic. There's some electronics on it. I never seen that before. J'ai jamais vu ça avec l'électrique. C'est marqué 300 quelque chose, mais see, oh, maybe the waiting time, or that's new. That's new. I never seen. That's the first time I see it like that. So it must be something new from 2024, September, October 2024. J'ai jamais vu, c'est nouveau. Peut-être septembre, octobre 2024, ils ont introduit des nouvelles. Puis c'est nouveau comme ça. J'ai jamais vu fait comme ça. I never seen done like that. So maybe it's a new company and c'est l'électronique, électrique aussi. Je vois des chiffres électroniques allumés là. Electric. So hey, that's good, good, good. Hey, nice, 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 nice. C'est bon. Pour travail, it's costed a few millions, and that's what money is. But anyways, if they are able to, we could do some financing for them to express themselves if they are, you know, if you have talent to paint there, those three ones, let's go by that side. And hey, it's the first thing here, c'est première pour moi, so hey, workers, I always admire workers. Support Build the 3 for me. Forgotten Goddess Temple, I will to build Forgotten Goddess Temple. Forgotten Goddess Temple, Forgotten Goddess Temple, House of the Dragon, Pyramid, Pyramid, Red, Scarlet, Crimson, Forgotten God, and the Rainbow People's Palace, Rainbow People's Palace, and you got toilets, let's see. Oh, it's gender neutral, which I like. What's it for me? It's closed. It's gender neutral. This is nice. I mean, if it's gender neutral like that, because I'm 50-50 androgynous, c'est genre neutre de plus en plus. Je préfère ça, you know, gender neutral. You got some, I think that's Wi-Fi. What is that? Cisco. So you probably got public Wi-Fi coast to coast. We get to get the North American integrated public Wi-Fi. We get to get public-private partnership for the Dragon Army, Dancing Goddess Army, integrated security service and surveillance, build mega structures where citizens can go see everything that's transpiring across North American complex, like with those, celui-là, is that Wi-Fi from Cisco, Microsoft. We get public-private partnership to get everything under surveillance, North America, coast to coast, and building of tunnels and infrastructure, public transit, and we need, of course, to have centers where citizens can go and put everything and go check on the surveillance in the cities, public spheres of North America. I see people who are working out, training and exercising, and public monitoring, surveillance of the public 24/7, part of their citizen integration security. North American complex is a philosopher de fait partie de la philosophie de sécurité pour le service et la sécurité du 21e siècle de l'Amérique du Nord. Power 2020. This we can do. I am for letting people who are graffiti artists who can do good art to paint these kind of grays. You got those three there. Pour faire la peinture ici, quand même, c'est gris, mais s'ils sont capables, je pourrais les faire. Power 2024, 5 letters, P-O. Oh yeah, power, but power and authority has to come not only with strength, has to come also with some love, you know. If it's just power and authority based on strength, then it's not that good. You have to have a balance of forces, you know. You have to balance the forces. You cannot just base authority and power on just strength and fitness. You have to have love, understanding, and other into the equation of authority, right? It's a question of power and authority. It cannot just come from strength and force. It has to be love and understanding. La question d'autorité puis de puissance, ben, au 21e siècle, puis dans le monde libre, on ne peut pas se baser juste sur la force puis la puissance militaire. Il faut qu'on ait la compréhension, le doux puis l'amour. We gotta have those, you know. We gotta have those. If we don't have those, well, then we're gonna lack some parts, you know. So, anyways, that's another march, another Dragon March, meditative march, 24/7 geopolitics, fitness, sports, nature, civilization complex, le complexe de la civilisation puis la nature. It's 24 with yours truly, and that's what I do, you know, philosopher, YouTuber for years and years, and who gets a little bit of that drill here and there, and that's what it is, and that's what it is with that. And although I don't consume, you know, I don't smoke pot. I still have cannabis. For years and years and years I had it, and it's legal. We gotta get it on the XYZ, and we always gotta meditate on what's happening now. He's there on that bike, safety and security, and we gotta get it on the go. Here, somebody, don't leave that there. What is that? Oh, somebody put trash there, man. Somebody left the trash there, you know. That's what we gotta go doing on that. So don't put the trash there. Don't leave the trash, you know. Super important to not leave the trash, you know. Just to clean it. That's what we gotta go doing on that. That's what we gotta go doing on the sun, you know. And it's always on the sun and always on the now and always grateful, thankful, you know. When I meditate, how it was built, who built this, where they're going, east, west, north, south, look, s'en va. It's always meditation, always fluctuation. You know, we gotta fight racism within ourselves and discrimination. Sometimes it's subconscious, you know. Subconscious. Doesn't mean if we have an experience where we were attacked by a certain individual, that individual represents the whole community, you know. Si mettons qu'on a une expérience qu'on s'est fait attaquer par un certain individu, ça veut pas dire bien sûr que c'est représentatif là, du collectif de l'individu. Tu sais. C'est possible que non. Ben, c'est ça, c'est pas parce que c'est possible, c'est non, tu sais. On est des individus dans le collectif nord-américain, we're individuals also in the collective North American complex, you know. Me being an ASPI also, tiny minority, rainbow, LGBTQ, you know, faisant partie de la communauté LGBTQ, ben, c'est une minorité, bien sûr. So I made a lot of friends, I lost a lot of friends due to Asperger's, you know. It's a lot of misunderstandings I've been with Asperger's, and it's weird, but I'm happy, I'm joyous, mais à cause de l'Asperger's, je suis quand même jovial, joyeux, tu sais. Même si j'ai perdu beaucoup d'amis, mais je m'en fais des nouveaux. Des amis avec bénéfices seulement, friends with benefits only, and that's what it is, and you know, so that's what it is, and probably gotta get it on the go, and that's what it is, and admire a little bit of these flowers, leaves, and see how they changed a little bit. They changed a little bit of that, and ils sont changés, bien sûr. They changed a little bit of that, and they changed it on the go, and we on fait, we gotta go do it on that, and we gotta get it on the go, Hey, that's the new plantations I just saw. That makes me happy, you know? That makes me happy that we gotta get those plantations, and we gotta get it for the plantations there. Plantation, bien sûr. Qu'on en fasse les plantations, bien sûr. We gotta get it on those plantations, man. Look at that. That's new plantation, see? Wow, bravo. Planting trees, DGA, priestess of the goddess kiss. Hey, des nouvelles plantations des arbres. Bien fait, bravo. Wow, c'est tout au long. I would have loved to participate. I'm going to sing some rock and roll. For those who plant the trees as we go. Pour ceux qui font la plantation des plantes et des arbres, ben, je vous remercie et je vous chante. Le dragon arc-en-ciel, c'est la prêtresse qui vous admire. Et puis la civilisation, c'est un privilège. N'oubliez pas, bénir les fermiers, les boulangers, les camionneurs, travail public. And don't forget to kiss and bless the farmers, the butchers, the truckers with it. Because, you know, civilization is a privilege and the cooks with it. Takes a lot of labor with it. Takes a lot of labor hoodie for the worker, with the workers party, for the you know when I'm here party. Gotta get that center, got the left and got the set. Got the left up in the set, got the left up in the left. Got the left up in the best, got the left up in the left. Got to creep up in the creep, got to clean up in the sea, got to see up in the sea. And that you see. Wow, all the way. That's a lot of planting, man. That's a lot of brain and muscle. Thank you. Mother Nature appreciates. Forgotten Goddess. Here, Metropolis Island. I live on an island, it's 2.5 million people. 2.5 millions de population, là. Sur l'île de Montréal, tu sais, on a de la verdure. We got a lot of green. See? Here, True North, Strong and Free, gotta add a little bit of love and liberty with that, you know? Gotta get that North American Union, North American Workers' Party, Democratic Republic of North America, the Dream, Public-Private Partnership of the Dancing Goddess in the Dragon Kingdom, la République démocratique de l'Amérique du Nord, pour le rêve de votre dragon arc-en-ciel, qui est fondamentalement aussi un appel à un partenariat public-privé. You know, that's what they gotta go doing with that, and they playing a little bit of X, a little bit of football, give to charity. Business, that Sunday Thanksgiving Canada here, l'Action de grâce. Beaucoup de gratitude, puis sometimes you just gotta look up at the sky. And how many planes going east, west, north, south? Combien d'avions s'en vont du sud à droite ou gauche à droite? Takes that technology. La technologie. Ça prend de la technologie, ça prend de la science, ça prend un complexe. En civilisation, it takes a little bit of complex. Gotta get that defense coast to coast. De la défense de côte à côte. That's all I know. The island woke up. Depressed suicide, moved from a moldy place. Remember that surprise attack. L'attaque par surprise. That's all, Sun shines to make, I agree. Le soleil est vu pour faire. J'avoue. So that's what it is with that. And here we got it on the go, C'est ici qu'on a par là, Gotta get on those webs, man. Webs. Hey, the children are gonna love it, man. They're gonna love that. Why miss so, So, anyways, man, you gotta keep on moving sometimes, And today's all I have. Carpe diem since I died of COVID. Je suis mort de la COVID, Carpe diem it every day, man. It's carpe diem it every day, I always love working out. Training is my obsessive interest. C'est mon intérêt obsessif, It's my obsessive interest, man. My obsessive interest, c'est mon intérêt obsessif. L'entraînement physique. La danse, c'est mon sport préféré, puis pas avec juste l'entraînement physique, l'entraînement physique, that's what it is, man. That's what it is with that, We're gonna go get it on that, man. Here, of course, on the door. This is beautiful. Wow, so big, man. It's huge, man. Look at that. It's huge. We gotta get it on the go. We gotta go in on the go. This is what it is, man. Got a bit of workers there. Oh, this is nice. Children are gonna love it. Oh yeah, go love it on that go. Go, man. Gotta go get it on that go. And we gotta go get it on the go, They work, man. They're always getting on that work with that, They're always getting all my brothers and sisters there on the work. We gotta get it on the work with that, We gotta get it on the work. Work, It's work. Travail, man. It's always getting on the XYZ, and we gotta get it on the go, Gotta get it on that A, man. Yeah. Gotta get it on the X, So we gotta do with that, Here coming from New York. Gotta go on the go, man. And it's indigo, you gotta get boo. Gotta get boo treat, you gotta get boo treat, Gotta get some treats, man. So that's what it is with that, man. My black brothers and sisters, we gotta get it on the go, man. Beautiful trees. Super important, to exercise. Exercise. L'exercice, Gotta put it on the work, man. It's always work. Travail, man. So we gotta go do it, man. Gotta go doing with that. And here we do. Beautiful pour les children. Pour les enfants. We gotta go working on that, man. We gotta go working on that, Here it is, man. Yeah. Gotta get it on the go, So that's why I go and get it on the go, man. So that's what it is, man. What it is with that, Gotta get on that working out, training, exercising on the island, man. It's a little de Montreal, That's all it is with me. Work, and independent work. Nice, love it. Children are gonna love it. Les enfants vont l'aimer, So that's what's important with that, and that's what they gotta get doing with that. They go doing with that, and that's what we're gonna go doing, So c'est ça qu'il faut qu'on fasse, So we gotta get doing, man. It's always do. It's always be. It's always plus and C, rainbow dragon. The dragon arc-en-ciel saluting the sun. Sunset, always sunrise. Le coucher du soleil, toujours. Always sunrise, always sunset. Let's go see what time. Oh yeah, we gotta go back now to headquarters. Faut qu'on retourne maintenant. Chez nous. So here we go. Grateful, thankful, rent, spade, electricity bill, spade. We got food and coffee. Je suis là, gratis de. J'ai payé mon loyer, j'ai la nourriture, petit café. You know, so that's what we gotta get doing on that, you know. And gotta get doing on the XYZ. And that's what it is with that, you know. Here it is, garden, and jardin. We gotta get it on the do, man. Beautiful, here we go, man. Gotta get it on the now, man. It's always on the do, and it's for the love, man.